Ladies and gentlemen, we are now live. Welcome to episode 34 of Sundays with Craven, the live podcast where we talk about all things shiny. We talk about silver. We talk about gold. We sometimes talk about food. We talk about how to invest our money better. But none of this, just so you know, is financial advice. And the most important thing about these Sunday lives is that we have a good old chinwag. And you guys in the live chat are so important within that. I want you to be just as involved in the conversation as myself and special guests are. I can't wait to introduce the special guest this evening for episode 34. But before we do that, I would like to see who is in the live chat. So let's look into the comments, guys. Thank you so much, by the way, for tuning in, every single one of you. 19 I can see tuned in live right now. Ask you a favor for me. If you do enjoy Sundays with Craven every single week, 7 o'clock, do me a favor, smash the like button. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe. I really appreciate it. It shows me that you enjoy the content that we're putting out and it encourages me to do more of it. So thank you for all your support. So, guys, let's have a look at who is in the chat. Let me just hide this as I'm slowly getting a little bit better here using StreamYard, trying to make things a bit better. At the comments, who is here? So I can see that we have Kalilo. Good to see you. We have Zeus. We have Maya Moto Min. Good to see you. Shiny Silver. We have Diaxus, who's also going to be joining me live in a second, but it's nice to see him active in the chat as well. Shiny Silver. Silver Serpents, good to see you, mate. We've also got Scottish Bullion Collector, my friend. Always good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Crispy Shiny Things, good to see you. Who else do we got? Jamie Frost, the man from Japan. Thank you so much for joining in, mate. Who else do we have here? If I do miss anyone's names, A, I apologize, and B, there'll be plenty of opportunities throughout this evening where we focus entirely on the chat. So do forgive me if I miss your name. Queen Nessie, good to see you. Good evening. And guys, just quickly, happy Easter. I hope you've all had a lovely weekend and had lots of fun and some quality time with your families or whatever you've been doing. Yeah, I hope you're all having a good weekend and a good Sunday. Zeus, if I didn't mention already, thank you for joining in. Michael, I can see you there. Noxaku, sorry, I've probably butchered that. So Noxakawu86. So sorry if I've done that terribly, but thank you for being here all the same. Bjorn Ted, good to see you, mate. Electric Bloke, Michael Will. Joker's Wild, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're okay. I'm bringing Silver back. That name is really good. I like that. I'm bringing Silver back. Thank you for tuning in, mate. That's awesome. So I think there were a few more names at the top that I may have missed. Benson's was first in tonight. So Benson's, fair play to you, mate. Thank you for tuning in and being first there. Nerd UK not far behind. I can see Shiny Silver was one of the first as well. So I think I've covered everyone's names. If I missed you, I'm really sorry. So we're going to be talking this evening, as you can see by the title, are you stacking precious metals differently in 2026? Has stacking changed? I think it has, but it doesn't matter what I think. I want to have a deep dive and a good old chinwag with someone who is, you guys will be very familiar with. He's been very heavily involved with my channel, specifically this podcast. And he's back here live tonight to join me on the live show. So a very warm welcome to my good friend, the world's #1 producer. And that is no other than the man himself, Diaxus. As I bring you in here, how are you this evening? Thanks for coming on.
Not too bad, mate. Thank you for inviting me back. It's always good to be here, mate.
Yeah, absolute pleasure, mate. I'm really happy to have you back on. I do miss our weekly chats, I'll be honest. You're doing a really good thing on the Thursdays. If anyone didn't know, Diaxus goes live every Thursday on his channel, and that's really good. I had the pleasure of joining you this Thursday just gone, and that was really fun. So yeah, like I say, good to have you back, mate, and I can't wait to sort of go into a deep conversation with you because there's lots going on right now, you know?
Oh, definitely, mate. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I was just reading the
That's it.
chat. I seen
Yeah.
rocking the Libertad.
Well, yeah, that's it. Well, the chat can be very distracting. I know that for sure, but it's great to see, and I always encourage guys put things through on the chat, express your thoughts, put questions in, but don't forget there is a designated segment where we'll do a live Q&A a little bit later on in the second half of the live podcast. So if you do put any questions and they get missed earlier on, just save them or keep them in mind because we will come to them later on. Okay, there is a segment for that. But as tradition goes, Diaxus, and you know this very, very well, I always ask my guests for a question for next week's special guest. Last week, I had a really good chat with no other than Nemo's Numismatics. It was great fun. And he left, I think, a really good question for you. And that's where we're going to start off, Diaxis. So are you ready to start with that? Do you think you have a good
No,
answer for this?
you told me the question about 2 minutes ago. So, yeah, not really, but yeah, we can run with it, mate.
Yeah, I will say I did tell Diaxis the question. I wasn't sure if you knew already, but I only told you about 5 minutes before we went live. But never mind, guys. It's okay. So Diaxis, your question, which was from Nemo last week, is if you could go back in time to any time and speak to a historical figure, they can be deceased, dead, or they can still be alive, and you can ask them any question at all. Who would you ask and what would the question be? Because they would have to answer that one question 100% honestly. So, what would you do in that situation, mate?
Well, I'm kind of torn. Like you say, historical characters. So I don't know if they have to be like super famous or just anybody. I got 50-50, two options. Obviously, I like a little bit of a conspiracy and all the rest of the things. So that side of me would be to talk to the rancher in Roswell to see what exactly was in his field. So that's kind of that side of it. But then, on like the adventurer side of me, it would be to talk to one of the pirates from back in the day and ask them where did they hide their treasure. So we could do a real life treasure hunt, like what Zeus and everyone's doing, but for pirate treasure.
Yeah, really good. That's a really good shout, to be fair. I'm really interested. I would personally be really interested, struggle to get my words out there, to know what really did happen with the Roswell situation. That would be amazing. And if you knew that you could ask someone one question and they had to give you a 100% like correct, honest answer, I probably the way I'd look at it is this is an opportunity to find out what's going on with aliens and stuff. I'd probably go down a
Yeah,
similar
I
path
would
as
say
you,
that's
mate.
why he said the actual rancher that actually seen it on his land, not the military or the people that was kind of covering up or
Yeah,
potentially covering
an
up.
eyewitness.
Yeah, first-hand experience.
Yeah.
I don't know, man, but yeah, one of
Wow.
the two. Either way would be pretty cool.
Well, that's interesting, mate, and it's a really good start, and it always gets not only the special guest thinking, but it gets me thinking as well. And yeah, maybe the guys in the live chat, maybe you're thinking, oh, who would I ask that question to? Really interesting to know. And Diaxis, before the end of today's show, please have a little think as we go along about, a question that you can leave for next week's guest, which I will be announcing at the end of this episode. Okay.
Yep, no worries, mate.
Okay, so as you know, guys, the way we like to work the show, I'm going to start asking some questions to Diaxis, and we're going to have a good chat. I will keep an eye on the chat, see if anything pops up that we can go through. But don't forget there is a live segment towards the later half. So, Diaxis, my friend, I've titled this video, "Are you stacking precious metals differently in 2026?" And the reason why I've done that is because personally, I feel like stacking has changed. What are your initial thoughts on that statement? And would you agree or disagree with that?
Oh, 100%, mate. I think the way the market's gone since kind of Christmassy time, the market's just gone crazy, and I think it's kind of forced people into going a little bit different than before. It all depends on budget, really, though. If budget's not a thing, you can just carry on as before. But I think for the majority of us, we have had to kind of slow up a little bit or do things a little bit differently.
Yeah, it's the big thing that I've noticed personally is sort of a change in approach, a change in strategy, looking at different options when it comes to picking up precious metals, which obviously for most of us, that would be silver, gold, and there is the occasional conversation about platinum, and copper keeps getting mentioned. It's not a precious metal, but we'll ask that one now. What do you think about copper? It's not a precious metal, and I don't want to spend too long on it. But what are your thoughts on the recent increase in copper?
Well, I'm gonna say
The demand
we
for it, I
spoke
mean.
privately. Yeah, we spoke privately about it. Obviously, copper is widespread as an industrial metal. It's not necessarily like a precious metal.
No, no.
Um, Same again. I definitely wouldn't advise anyone to stack it for like actually stacking purposes and an investment purpose. But you can't deny it. The metal's absolutely gorgeous. Like, do you know what I mean? So it has got that on its side, but then the flip side is like with the premiums, are you ever going to make a return on your investment?
Yeah, that's the exact point that I made to Dan from Cardiff Gold when he was on the
Yeah.
show a couple of weeks back. It's gorgeous, specifically say the Germanium Mint, who do a great job. I think you've got one of their. Is it a 1 kilo copper
Oh,
bar, mate?
yeah,
That
one
you've got?
kilo bar. I was gonna say I got a couple 5 ounce coins. I got some 1 ounce coins as well. Where's my zoom to? Get a little zoom in for you, mate. Yeah, the metal's gorgeous, man. It really does look really pretty, and it reflects the light nicely and everything. But yeah, it is kind of expensive.
It is, and it doesn't make sense to me, but it does make sense in terms of, oh yeah, that looks kind of nice, that's shiny, and we all like a bit of shiny. But copper aside, the real conversation I want to have with you, and it relates to what you're currently doing with your channel, a little series that I'm enjoying following, Diaxus,
Yeah,
is gold. And I'll start with gold. We'll touch on silver as we always do. Let's start with gold because I think a very reasonable entry point when we talk about affordability with gold right now in 2026 is 1 gram gold. A popular option, which I know you're exploring, and many of you guys in the live audience, I know you may have tried it out as well, is the Tabex 1 gram gold bar monthly subscription, where if you pick up one every month, you'll get a free one after 12 months. So you'll get 13 for the price of 12. That's a good entry point as gold has gone up in price. That's where people are looking. But what you're currently doing is not only looking to pick up the 1 gram gold bars through the Tabex scheme, you're also doing a comparison through time of how that investment's performing against putting your money into a stocks and shares portfolio. So could you tell everyone a little bit about that and what you found out so far, what you think is going to happen? And yeah, I want to hear more about that because I think it's interesting.
yeah. Well, to be fair, I was actually quite surprised on the last video because there wasn't really a whole lot between the two. Obviously, we did have a strong gold last month, so it went up about 300 and something pounds, and that really did like even out the pricing. Um, the thing is, it's obviously it's all about diversifying your portfolio in it. So you don't just go all in one metal. You don't go all in just metals. You kind of spread out. You do different things, whether that be stocks, crypto, or whatever. Um, but yeah, so yeah, personally, I quite like the stocks. Find it really interesting and quite fun to actually do the comparison between the two. Um, I don't know. It's not getting loads of traction, so I don't know if it's something that like because mate, literally 90% of the chat is team metals every single video, which is gonna happen. It's a
Yeah.
stacking community in it, but yeah, now there's a few people. We got Michael's been giving me some little viewer picks and a few little recommendations and stuff, and I've kind of delved into them a little bit in my free time and to work out potentially where we go on the next move and what we like invest into. But yeah, definitely an interesting series.
If you weren't doing that series on your channel, which if anyone hasn't checked out, go and check out Diaxus channel. It's a really fun series on there. And if you didn't know already, when Diaxus hits 1,700 subscribers, which is getting close to, you're doing a pretty cool giveaway, aren't you? I'd like to just hear about that before we move on with the conversation. What's the deal with that, mate?
Yeah, so basically every 100 up to 2,000, I'm going to make sure I do a sub giveaway every single time. So it's going to be like a community bundle. So we've already had loads of different like poker chips off a load of members of the community. I've got Ice and Fire bundles. I've had stuff sent over from America First. So yeah, I'm just literally getting a little pile of goodies up together, and hopefully, I think we're about 55 away. Yeah, hopefully in not so long a time, we will be holding that giveaway. So technically what I'm doing is every Thursday when I am live, I'm getting a couple of names to add to the list so that in a couple of weeks' time, when we do the main giveaway, I've got a pre-made list of all the members. So potentially one person, I think Nestie's already got 2 entries. Potentially you could have a whole handful of entries just by tuning in every single week.
Yeah, Nestie's on a bit of a win streak. She won a Sundays with Craven giveaway. She won the giveaway that I did when I came onto your podcast on Thursday and put some copper in and some different things. And then she also won 2 of your giveaway name, like going into the draw. So, Queen Nessie, you're on an absolute roll. Congratulations. And it's good to see. But yeah, guys, lots of exciting things happening. So please do go over and check out Diaxus channel and make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. And yeah, Diaxus, the question that I wanted to ask you here is, if as someone like yourself that stacks not only silver and gold and also looks to invest their money elsewhere, which I think is good, if you weren't doing this series for content, would you still be looking to stack and pick up these monthly 1 gram gold bars? What are your thoughts on them and the
yeah,
side?
to be fair, like the Tavex I find is like really good because although like same again, not everyone's got the budget to even do that, but potentially, you know what I mean? You're buying 1 gram at a time, so it is fractional, which makes it somewhat affordable for the majority of people, which then means your dollar cost averaging across the year. And then after the 12th month, you get one for free. So that's even better again. And you get a discount over the 12 you have bought. But yeah, so I don't know. But I think if I wasn't doing the series, I would probably double down. And instead of getting the 1 grams, I'd probably look to pick up a 1/10 and try and get that.
Yeah.
Trouble is, I was
idea.
trying to buy sovereigns, but they've got so expensive. In order for me to get a sovereign, I've got to save for multiple months. And then by the time you've got enough money to buy one, you've been chasing the spot price up the whole time. And then it's too expensive. So, you know what I mean? It's double-edged sword, really.
Well, you either bite the bullet and pay a higher premium than maybe you'd want to on the now and just getting that gold in, own that gold now, than taking the risk of, actually, I want to save up for a bigger piece of gold with a lower premium. But you're going to have to take some time to save up the money to get there. And during that time, like you say, the market could absolutely like crush you. and then you realize you made a mistake.
Yeah, I was saving up for the 2026. And it literally took me, I think, I've got a feeling it took me about 6 months to save because I only put about 100, 150 away every month. And yeah, I was like 1 month away. I had like an extra 100 to go. And it was like, rather than put the extra 100 in, I'll put the 100 in next month and buy it. And then on the next month, it'd gone up 150. And then I needed to find more money. And it just got carried away, mate. And it just ran away from me. And I ended up paying way, way over what I would have paid if I just bit the bullet on the original month. But yeah, they're really expensive at the moment.
At the end of the day, as we say quite often, who really, really knows what's going to happen next? I mean, we've seen a lot of volatility in the markets, especially with silver and gold for a little while now, to be fair. And we currently sit silver £55.20 per ounce. You'd have to work out the conversion in dollars for the American viewers. I am sorry. And gold is sitting at £3,539.33 per troy ounce. So it has been a bit lower than that recently. So it's gone up a little bit. Who knows what it's going to do when the markets go live again? It's hard to predict. But I think going back to sort of strategy in 2026, are you sort of buying what you can when you can, or is there a specific thing you're looking to grow within your stack? Is it gold more, silver more? Are you more interested in these stocks now? What's your sort of current plan, Diaxus?
Well, I must admit, so obviously I was trying to get the 26 sovereign. So for the second half of last year, I was primarily just putting my money in a savings pot ready to buy that one. And then I literally bought a single coin off of Shiny just before Christmas. And I've bought a couple little bits, not including the Tabexes, throughout this year. But literally, I've barely bought anything for like 6-7 months. But same again, it all comes down to budget. But where people always go, oh, I'm going to go silver because I can't afford the gold. Potentially, if they were to experiment with the stock side of things, although it is more volatile, it's way riskier. Potentially, you can buy into like paper stocks. You get like your paper silver, paper gold, and you don't have to pay 100 for a gram or whatever. You literally buy it in at spot price, so there's no premiums. And you can, certainly with the platform that I'm on, you can invest a single pound. So for someone to say, I can't afford gold, so I'm going to buy silver, you could get a pound's worth of gold. If you really, like, do you know what I mean? If you really wanted to. But, yeah, I don't know. Going forward, I'm still hedging my bets across both. Buy what I can if there's good deals available. I'm not chasing stupid premiums. So if anything's too expensive, I'm just hanging fire. And then obviously looking into stocks and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, you're diversifying your options, and that's
Yeah.
healthy for sure. You're not putting all of your eggs in one basket. And once again, I think that is a good idea for anyone that's looking to invest. So they're hedging themselves in different directions against different things. Guys, as I've been going through, I am putting some of the comments on screen as we're talking. I love to see the comments coming through. Welcome to the guys that have just joined, and thank you so much for all putting your comments in. I really do love to see it. But yeah, back to what you were saying, Diaxus. It is good to diversify, but specifically as we go a little bit deeper here, and I'll pick your brain a bit with the precious metals, and we'll narrow this down to silver and gold. There's always a conversation in the background about platinum, but I want to hear about silver and gold. Has silver and the way that you look at silver changed? As someone that's stacked for longer than I have, you've seen silver be very stable and kind of boring for a long
I was
period of
going to say,
time, and then it shot up. It's gone crazy. It's no longer like as easy to pick up an ounce. Would you consider fractional with silver, or would you prefer to wait and take that risk to pick up your ounces? Where are you at with silver? What are your thoughts for your stack personally in 2026?
yeah, I can say we touched on this on Thursday on my live. Literally for the first 12 or so months of stacking, silver done from its lows to its highs. I think it moved literally £5. You know what I mean? For like 14 months, I had a £5 movement. I'm thinking like I'm never gonna like break into profit or break even. And then it kind of just ran away, and it just went to the moon. So it is kind of scary because obviously we've seen it up here. I don't know what it was up. It was up at like 80 or something, but the coins were 100 plus. And then all of a sudden they've tanked, and then now coins are like 80 with spot at 50. So, well, it's like what CPM said. The new guys that came in when it was at that peak, and they've dumped a whole load of money into it, thinking they're on to the next big thing, and then it's just absolutely plummeted. So, I mean, it's a very bitter pill to swallow, isn't it? But obviously, from us being the right side of that trade.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It depends where what sort of point in time you were putting your money in. I've now looking
Yeah.
back, although the price has dropped from, like you say, it was around £86 per ounce for silver at its peak. It's now sat at 55. But I started in April last year, and around that time we were seeing 22, £23 per ounce. I could pick up an ounce of silver for £30 or just under that, which is
Yeah.
crazy when you think, you know, right now you're paying £70 or more, quite a bit more in some cases for silver if you're going by the ounce. Um, and you think, wow. But yeah, and some people joined when it was at the peak thinking, oh, I've got to get on this. Buying Britannias, for example, 1 ounce silver Britannias for 105, £110. And now they're like, oh God, what did I do? Yeah, who knows what's coming around, but it's a long-term hold. And even if you have lost a bit of
Yeah.
money on your initial investment, if you're
I'm gonna
looking at
say
this long term, you should see it even out.
on that though, you don't actually lose money unless you sell. So if you have bought a coin for 100 and something, as long as you don't sell it, you technically your money's locked in that coin until you sell it. So you just hold and then hope that over time it goes up, which it should. Like realistically, it does. We've had a few dips in the market on the big crashes, but over time it has genuinely gone upwards.
Yeah, that's it. That's the overall historic trend, and that's what we believe in as a good hedge. That, you know, beats inflation. All those things that we talk about. That's the long term insurance policy, and why we one of the reasons at least why we believe in it. Now, I'm going to go a bit deeper into silver here with you, Diaxus, because when I say stacking has changed, for me, it really has. Um, Over the last year, I certainly went through some periods where I was really more of a collector. I was buying anything that was nice, shiny, collectible, low mintage, rare, all sorts, right? And some of those things that I actually regretted buying. And I always, what I liked, and don't take this as an insult. I'm kind of saying it as a compliment from an investment point of view. What I
Boring.
like about your approach is it's quite boring, and I hope you get what I
Yeah.
mean by that. Is
Yeah.
you kind of
100%,
just
mate.
go for mainly the capital gains tax exempt British bullion coins, i.e., Britannias. And if you're buying gold, maybe you would look down the sovereign route or something.
Yeah.
You know, or Britannias for that. You mentioned like 1/10. That's the way you would look at it. And I think that's really, really good. But there is another option. If we're not talking the pure stuff, which is bullion, guys, you know, fine silver, fine gold in its purest form, that's bullion. There is another option that is popular with certainly with collectors, but also stackers that value it. Some people just overlook it. And I want to hear your thoughts because I know you have a few pieces. I absolutely love pre-decimal 925 sterling silver here in the UK, and obviously there's some beautiful coins over across the pond in the US and just the world in general, which, you know, constitutional 90% silver, you know, everywhere you can imagine. And I think from experience you can pick up the silver weight that you're looking to stack at less of a premium. You're getting more weight for your money if you go down that route. So are you looking into picking up more, you know, numismatic, I suppose, pre-decimal silver pieces to build
Um,
your silver stack, or are you still heavily focused on bullion despite premiums being fairly high?
I was gonna say yes and no. So when I first, like literally my very first few pickups, when I first started stacking, I don't know what it is now, 19, 20 months ago, I literally bought, I know, I made him do it, mate.
I just want to
Yeah,
quickly say, 'cause I don't want to interrupt your mid-flow, mate. Just thank you so much to Vegas. You every single Sunday, you're an absolute rascal. You make something pop up bright lights on my screen. $7.77, which is a very fitting number. Lucky sevens, mate. You've got the bar for that as well in silver. Vegas says Diaxus made me do it. Great to see the duo back together. Cheers, mate. Thank you so much, mate. You're a top bloke, and I really appreciate your support. And Diaxis, you've got to stop making people do these things, mate. Okay?
sorry, mate. I'm gonna say, surely you want me to stop? I'll nudge some more people.
No, mate. But sorry for interrupting. What were you saying?
Oh, it's all good, man. No, yeah. So literally, when I very first started stacking, my first two pickups was I picked up a pre-decimal bundle and I picked up a world silver bundle, both of which was way under spot. Whereas
Yeah.
anything you buy, just like regardless if it's like Britannia's or if it's any other bullion, you're paying that premium over spot regardless. So it genuinely is like really more expensive than buying like pre-decimal. The only thing that threw me, and like you touched on the live the other Thursday, is like that Victoria Crown. I look at it and same with not necessarily those ones because obviously I know they're like really decent quality, but I don't know the whole like value of like the collectability side of the coins. So I will literally see a coin and go, right, that's how much silver, right? Silver and scrap, that is £5 worth of silver. And I just break it down to what the actual silver costs. Whereas a lot of people, they would look at it and go, oh, that's got £5 worth of silver, but because it's got such high detail, that adds £20 to the price. Like, do you know what I mean? And that just goes straight over my head. So I can't judge the whole like value of like the collectible coins. So I'd much
Well,
rather
that
have coins at slicks than just like, yeah, that's worth £5, that's worth a tenner. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But
and there's two ways you can look at it when you go into your pre-decimal numismatic coinage, right? So yes, there is that collectability side, and some of the really like extra fine, beautiful condition, really old school, like 200, 300, 400 older year old coins, they're worth so much more than their intrinsic value, their spot price, their weight. You've got a
got
beautiful
that one, mate.
crown I can see right there. Where did you get that from? Just quickly out of interest.
Some dodgy geezers down the pub, mate.
Yeah, what was his
That's
name?
what I
Was it?
bought off you, mate.
It's a
Craven.
beauty, mate. It is. It's an absolute beauty. But yeah, I love 95 silver, just like Omega said in the comment there that I highlighted. And you can either go down that route or stay away from that extra fine stuff you just want to buy, regardless how good it looks. It's the metal you're after. It may not be in fine condition, but it has 92.5% silver content within that coin. So regardless how it looks, you might get a really good deal. And I've bought plenty of 925 silver. It's old. Some of it doesn't look as good, but it is a historic coin. It's silver. I bought it for spot price,
I'm gonna
and you
say
wouldn't get that with bullion.
for me though, mate, that actually is part of the draw. So for instance, you buy a coin that's 150 years old. If it's pristine condition, you're then thinking, is it a fake? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want a coin that's literally just been put in a sock in a drawer and been left for 150 years. I want one that's been in like hundreds of pockets, bought pints of beer, loaves of bread, like gone around the world. Like, do you know what I mean? I like the history and the scars on it.
Where's it been? And just quickly, guys, let's just stop a second. Nerd UK with £5 super chat. Thank you so much, mate. I really appreciate that. He says, and this is becoming a continuing trend every week. Vegas made me do it. Don't forget the nerd backs. No, 100%. Ladies and gentlemen, wow, wow, wow. I have been very excited in my private conversations with Nerd, and he's going to be releasing some very juicy, for all you collectors out there, some very juicy packs called the Nerd backs. And I don't know how much I can say, so if I get in trouble for this, I'm really sorry. But there's a few different characters from the community he has made custom nerd backs for, and you've got to collect them all. And I believe each pack contains three. And I have already put in an order which I need to finalize with Nerd because I will plan to open some of these packs live. So if you're interested in that, drop Nerd a message, drop him, a message on Discord because they look really, really cool and really, really fun. So definitely get involved. And once again, Nerd creating something really, really incredible. So big shout out to him. Thank you for the super chat, mate. That's amazing. But yeah, do you think you'll get some of them, Diaxus?
I was gonna say when I heard the word nerd back, I just think of like a gold back, but with Nerd in his mankini doing the little Christmas top.
Oh yeah, you're definitely gonna have to get that then. 100%. Oh, interesting comment. Silver Serpent says, as we were talking about the older stuff, my oldest is a 1799 real from Mexico. Is it a real? A real?
Yeah,
Reale?
yeah. Well, that's like
Is that
pirate coins,
right?
isn't it? Reals.
Is it? Is it like the piece
I
of
think
eight?
so. Yeah, like Spanish doubloons and stuff, isn't it?
Nice.
I think so, if I'm
Uh,
right. But
you know what you were saying about you don't mind the the older stuff. You want it to be really worn down, and you want to know it's been in the pubs and stuff. Well, Ciolfo says, I'm sure a few of my old sterling crowns have been in some very naughty places. I'm sure they have, Ciolfo. I'm sure they have. And if you didn't know, guys, Ciolfo has a fantastic YouTube channel as well, and I love his videos. I really do. And you definitely have a nice stack of crowns. I believe your goal is to pick up 1 crown a week, mate. So yeah, you're the guy to go to find out where the crowns have been. So thank you for the comment, mate, and for being here. Oh, Diaxus, the wave, the train has not stopped. East End Dave, Brits and Subs. Brits and Subs, are you at 1,000 subscribers yet? Guys, are you subscribed to Brits and Subs? He says, Nerd made me do it, £4.99 super chat. When? And when you're going to marry Miss Craven? Look, I've answered this so many times. Diaxus, world's #1
you
producer.
say,
You've
don't
been
bring
with me
me
many
into it,
times.
mate.
you're sat there quietly having a
I'm not
slurp of
getting
your
involved,
rum, just
mate.
enjoying the show, sometime in the future, I would like that to happen. I'm very lucky. She is my better half. And to be honest with you, I do not know what I would do without her. And she supports me so much with everything that I do, with the YouTube, the stacking, and hopefully one day that will happen. How's that for an answer to the question that I get every single week? As for a specific time or date, chill out, guys. Come on, chill out. But thank you very much, nonetheless. Brits and Sods legend for the £4.99 super chat. And guys, when Brits and Subs gets to 1,000, don't forget he has given me the honor of saying he would like me to host his 1,000 subscriber giveaway. And if you weren't here on previous weeks where I explained this, there's going to be 5 prizes up for grabs. And let me tell you, Brits and Subs does not do prizes in halves. There is some very valuable prizes. I'm not going to say too much. It's not my place to say, but there is some shiny in there from Brits and Subs. And whoever wins, well, it's going to be a lucky day for them. I really hope I could win, but I don't think it works like that. Don't want any more rigged comments around here. But yeah, go and subscribe to Brits and Sods if you haven't already. It's really exciting. Can't wait to host that as well, mate. Oh my goodness, right, Diaxus, we're gonna have to call this the super chat train segment. I don't know if you want to fill up, some more rum or whatever. We're gonna get through these because it'd be rude not
Right in the
to.
middle of it, mate. Just pour the fresh
So
one, mate.
whilst I'm doing this, guys, Diaxus is gonna fill up with a drink. Oh, you guys are killing me tonight. This is amazing. So, Miyamoto Submitting says, Zeus made me do it. Give him a shout out. He really had been a gent. Thank you so much. £5 super chat. That is very, very kind. And it looks like you've done that just to give Zeus a shout out. Look, Zeus. I mean, I've had the pleasure just recently of having a private conversation with Zeus for the first time, but I was only on Thursday where I joined Diaxus on his live stream as a special guest, and Diaxus was unboxing I guess a Zeus care
Yeah, man.
package that
Oh,
Zeus had
Zeus
sent,
bundle, mate.
and yeah, like such a generous guy. One of the items being, as Diaxis is probably about to pick up, I'm guessing,
Yeah.
a beautiful 1 ounce silver Mexican Libertad, which is so kind, especially with the price of silver now. And I know that Zeus is doing so much for the community. He's doing the treasure hunt. So many people are getting involved and enjoying that. So yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Zeus, legend. And thank you for the super chat. So yeah, Zeus, you just see how much everyone appreciates what you're doing, mate, and it's great to see. It really is. But
I
yeah,
say,
thank you, Miyamoto.
touching on that, Craven, something that I didn't realize until after the live, but we were talking about the little go back that you sent out. It's actually like UV. I need the mega torch to show you properly, but get that zoomed
That's
in.
cool.
Yeah, like the little shrimp things, UV. So yeah, I always watch back over because I genuinely miss so much from the live chat when we're live, because I'm trying to do about 1,000 things at the same time. So
Well, that's how it can be, and you guys know in the live chat if you've put something, if it's been missed, it's not intentional. We can't. At the end of the day, we can't go through all of them. But yeah, we'll focus on it entirely soon. But as I'm looking through here, Diaxus, just to catch up fully, I don't think I've missed anything. We did stop for a bit there. As you showed the Liberty, Mr. Investor Channel, thanks for tuning in, says Libertad is a beauty. They really are. And that was your first Mexican Libertad, right?
Yeah, very first one, mate. So that'll be
There
staying
you
within the
go.
collection forever. I've got a habit of keeping stuff. Anything that's like donated, gifted, giveaway prizes. I always keep everything I've ever received. So
Oh, yeah.
I've got some really cool things in my little backlog of coins hidden away.
Hmm. Well, I'm just proud of you, mate, that you're up to date with all your postage and
I am,
packaging.
mate.
I know, I'm proud of you. Just quickly on this, I can see, I just mentioned the Nerd backs with Nerd, Vegas Stacker, who won last week's Sundays with Craven live giveaway. There is going to be one this evening, which we're gonna do before the end. But he says Nerd UK sent you a Discord message when you get a chance. If by any chance that is Vegas looking to secure some Nerd backs, well, I also want to mention that I've got a package to send to Vegas myself. I'm waiting for some bits and bobs from Nemo that he donated to be given away last week, so I can put it in that package. But you guys as well, I'm opening this up. If anyone would like to send anything over to Vegas in the US, you could send it to me in the UK, and I will put it all in one big package and send it over in one go. It may help some people with postage, it may not. But I'm just putting that option out there. If there's anything you want to send across the pond, whether it be poker chips, stickers, whatever, shiny, just let me know. We can sort that. But it would be great to see some of those nerd backs heading across the pond, across the Atlantic to the US. So hopefully that's what's being arranged behind the scenes there.
Yeah, I was going to say, mate, I just seen
Okay.
BBA's message. BBA's oldest coin was from Zeus's treasure hunt, nearly 1,400 years old. That blows
Wow.
everything out the water by about 1,200 years. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I saw another one here from Miyamoto. My oldest coin is an Edward the First. Is that circa 1200? Wow, that is old. My oldest coin that I own is an ancient Roman silver coin. It's called a Trajan, and I believe it's the portrait on it is the Emperor Trajan, however you say it, and that could be 3,000 years old. Do I win?
Oh,
Quiet.
no, possibly,
What?
mate. Possibly. Rigged.
Silence. What's going on?
I can say my oldest coin is off of, well, technically it's off of TSC via Jamie, and it was the old samurai
Okay.
coin. But that's
Yeah,
only
nice.
like a few hundred years old. It's not, I forget what it is. I've got a feeling it's 16 something, 1647, 1660 something.
Yeah, I don't have an exact date, obviously, for mine. It's obviously lost a lot of its detail, but it's a checked, verified, legitimate, real ancient Roman coin. It's only about that small, but silver, and well, as we all know, that's a few thousand years old. So yeah, pretty old, to be fair. I know CO4 has some old coinage as well. Mine is 1,246 years old. A silver Thema Drachm fire altar. Did I get that right? Wrong? Well, do
But
you want to have
this
a
is
go
like
at
what I
that,
was saying to you
Diaxis?
earlier. No, you're good, mate. This is what I was getting back to you earlier, dude. Like, literally, like these coins are like thousands of years old. If they're like 2 grams of silver, you don't go, oh, yeah, that's 4 quid worth of silver. Like, do you know what I mean? That's got all that history. And like, how would you put a value on like something that's 1,000 years old? Obviously, you'd go off a
Well,
market
yeah,
value and like previously sold or whatever. But
yeah.
that's
I mean, at
just
the end of the
genuinely what
day,
just
what
froze me, mate.
I know, but with all things, right? Just generally speaking, um, value is subjective. Value is what somebody is willing to pay for said item. And you know, we use pounds, currency to pay for things, but true value, where something has an actual worth, precious metals. They are value in themselves. That's real money that's been used for thousands of years. And that's why I love it over the paper stuff. What do you think? Because they've used it for years. That's real money. That's why it's called real money.
Oh, definitely, man. Yeah. Well, as soon as they come away from the gold standard, they absolutely destroyed the value of real, like, pounds and dollars or whatever. Like, I was say real money, but it's not real money, is it? It's pretty much just numbers on a
No.
screen.
Numbers on a screen, pieces of paper, yeah. But interestingly enough, Diaxus, another question I'd like to ask you is here. We speak about gold and silver being real value for, well, thousands of years, to be honest.
Yeah.
Where do you see the role, like what role do you see silver and gold playing in the future? Do you think that things will be the same? Do you think it will change as we maybe move to a digital currency? Where do you think silver and gold will be in 15, 20 years? And what will us stackers be doing then? How will things change? I
Well, I
want to
can
hear
say,
what you thought.
yeah. Well, it depends kind of what narrative you believe. Like, is there actually a silver shortage? Because it's in
Oh,
the
what
ground to be
narrative do you
found.
believe? What
Oh, I
mainly,
don't know,
what do
mate.
you believe?
Yes, they're both rare metals. Yes, they're in limited supplies, or until the next big vein's found, and then they've got a whole boatload again. I don't know, mate. This is the trouble, dude. Certainly, there is supply issues. So I would go. There is supply issues for sure, and obviously, there's a lot of FOMO, which then drives up the price because everyone's trying to buy into it. The trouble is because it's an industrial metal where they're using it for computer chips, they're using it for electronics. At some point, you're going to be using up more than what they've got, which is going to make it harder to get. It's going to make the price go up. But is that going to be in 15 years, or is it going to be in 50 years? Or you think they're
I don't
making all
know.
these quantum computers and supercomputers and AIs taking over everything? Like, that all takes processors and microchips, and everything uses precious metals.
It does.
Yeah, it's
I'm going
definitely
to
a hard
stop you
one to
there.
tell. Go on.
I'm going to stop you there because you mentioned precious metals, the buzzword, and we talk about silver. We've spoken about gold. Where do you stand on platinum? And the reason I ask is because you said about potentially increased demand, the use of it. That supply demand being a problem. How much we have? Do you believe we're running out? All that stuff. Where do you see platinum in that picture amongst silver and gold? Do you think about platinum very often? Is it something you consider investing in? And guys in the chat as well, please feel free. The questions I'm asking Diaxus, I would love for you to get involved and put your thoughts below. I want to have a quick chat about platinum because I do find it interesting. And we always talk about silver and gold. Let's hear your thoughts on platinum as an investment, as a metal. What do you think, though, Diaxus? And we'll check the chat after.
Personally, I've never invested into it. I know a lot of people do, and same again. It's one of those things. It's a gamble, isn't it? So potentially, it could do really well in the future. Obviously, they use it in the cars with the catalytic converters. They're now trying to push towards electric, so that whole industrial side of it's going to be completely wiped out because they're not going to be needing them anymore. I don't know. To be honest, I've not really looked a whole lot into it. It's just something I've never really been that interested into it to kind of delve too far into, like, the markets and price movements and stuff.
Me neither. But I've had
No.
recent conversations. I had a great chat about this on Vegas Stacker and Blue Collars live podcast that they do on a Saturday, which was really fun. And the things that are true in this is that platinum is a rarer thing. It's more scarce in how much there is in the world than gold, yet it's less than half as valuable as gold. Platinum right now is sat at 1,500 British pounds per ounce. Gold's 3,600 nearly. So despite it being rarer as a metal and how much there is on our Earth that we know of, it's still cheaper. And also, it's not like it's a useless metal. Like, platinum is attractive. It does have use, industrially, commercially. So why is it cheaper? And what could the price do in the future? What do we think could happen? I've seen a few comments. Dominant Travon says platinum is the sleeper metal. It could be. Miyamoto says the only platinum I have is in my wedding ring that went the wrong way. Need to think about selling that off. Oh, sorry to hear that. The man himself, Diaxus, Vegas, who I spoke at this about, here with a comment. Thank you, Vegas. I see platinum as a high risk, high reward play and a ratio play. The platinum to silver ratio is near its all-time low. Yes. So if you do follow the ratios, would you?
Yeah, but is that for a reason? Is that a marker to say that it's going to go one way rather than? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Like you say, high risk reward. I've honestly not looked into it too much. I know it was about half of what gold was. Gold's took off, and I don't even know what the price was, but last time I looked, it was about 800 to 1,000. Like, what's an ounce of platinum now these days?
Platinum, as I mentioned, platinum is £1,506.39
Yeah,
per
so that's
ounce.
gone up a decent amount then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You've also got palladium, which you could look at in the same light as platinum, and that's at 1,139 per ounce, which people don't tend to speak about palladium that much.
Yeah,
but it's a good point about the ratios, Vegas.
Yeah, obviously they've got the whole jewelry sector. They've got coins. Is it something? Do you know what I mean? Like we've already said, people are going fractional because prices are getting quite expensive for the normal man. Like, is 1,500 quid an ounce too expensive?
Well, what I've noticed, mate, with platinum especially, the premiums are really high, especially in comparison to gold. So Seolfor's pointed this out here. It says people are selling 1 gram platinum. Bear in mind, it's less than half the spot price of gold. 1 gram platinum for the same price as 1 gram gold. That's why Seolfor hasn't been buying any. I think he might have some platinum, or at least a piece in his pouch, but he doesn't stack it. A question here, which I'm going to fire to you, Diaxus, from Michael. What do you think about platinum Britannias? Would you consider getting one of those, even fractional, for example?
I mean, same again, mate. You know me, I love a Britannia. I've seen them. I've not really like anytime I go on like Atkinson's or Charles or whatever, I literally just do gold, pre-owned silver, just see what the price. Do you know what I mean? I don't do platinum. I don't even look to see what prices are doing. Like the last time like I said to you a minute ago, the last time I seen the platinum chart, it was 800 to 1,000. So
I'm just going to put this on screen. I'm one as well, by the way. I'm a platinum. Yeah, I don't own any platinum. Platinum seems fairly steady right now, but is that some sort of signal that says, when we compare the ratios here, maybe platinum could be one to get into? I don't know. Whenever I think about it, I always decide not to. Maybe in 5 years I'll regret it. There's some comments saying that potentially it's a good idea. I don't know. It's always an interesting conversation. Always do your own research. Dominate Travon says platinum premiums keep many away. Yeah, that's probably the main reason for me. I still think it will soar in 2026. Interesting. It's one of them. I don't think I'd be stacking it, Diaxus, but my curiosity leads me to think surely I can maybe just try and get, I don't know, 1 gram.
The trouble is, mate.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people online, and it's in all different sectors, whether it's stock markets, metals, or crypto or whatever. But you go onto their channel, and they've got their thing that they're really passionate about, and they go buy. It's the next big thing. It's going to be like 10,000% better in like a year's time, and they all push like these crazy narratives. And do you know what I mean? It's hard to kind of weed through the good and the bad and work out exactly what you should do for the best. And so I've just stuck with what I know, like albeit somewhat limited knowledge, but I mean, I stick with silver and gold because I know it and I've been checking it for the last 20 months and don't know. Well, it's one of those, man.
it goes back to the basics, the fundamentals of stacking, right? At the end of the day, buy what you can, what's affordable. Most of us are here for the long term. So you're buying to hold on for a long time before you look to see any return, before you look to potentially sell. Some people don't wish to sell. There is a lot of hype. There is a lot of FOMO in this space, more so now than ever before, with the amount of YouTube channels and different things, and the way some messages are portrayed. Always good to do your own research, and yeah, it can be easy to fall into those sort of hype trains, but it's interesting nonetheless to have a chat about all these things going on, because at the end of the day, not one person truly knows exactly what is going to happen in the future for the price of precious metals. Some people have maybe more of an idea than others and are fairly accurate predictions.
Only one thing with it, mate, is the metal markets are so big. Admittedly, governments can affect them, but they're so big that not everyone can kind of disrupt the pricing. And because you get it with crypto, there'd be like a random coin and someone goes, buy it, and then they do the rug pull and they take all the money and you're left high and dry with a bag full of coins that are worthless. You're not necessarily going to get that with the whole metals market, although governments can affect it. Whether that be with like big sell-offs, sanctions, or whatever, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. For me, I'm sat on the fence with it, mate.
Yeah, and let's see what this is saying. Just lastly on this, Vegas Stacker says, not financial advice, but ask AI, what is China doing with platinum? And you may change your mind. Please understand the reward. Okay, so that's something I'll definitely look into, as to what is China doing with platinum. Who knows?
Well,
Who
they're buying
knows? I
everything
don't
at the
know what
moment, aren't
China's
they?
doing.
Literally,
Yeah.
mate, they're hoarding everything, all the different metals. They've been doing it for years, mate. You know what I mean? Ever since like way back when they've been doing it. There's a YouTube channel I watch with Sarah Gordo and stuff like that, and you're talking about like the original like gold rushes, and they had like all China was involved with all that kind of stuff. They had Chinese workers over there. But yeah, you go anywhere in the world and there's Chinese mines, and everything they get, they export back to China. And they don't sell, they hold.
They're buying everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're sat on a fair pile of all sorts of metals and whatnot, and that's for sure. It's an uncertain time. The financial world, the economy, there's a lot going on. And there will continue to be a lot going on. So in the meantime, here, I think, like you said, stick to what you know, continue to do your own research, stick to your own plan with your own goals, what's affordable, and just in more than anything, and it's something I'm trying to do and I am doing now actively, just enjoying stacking. It's what it's all about. I get excited when I get a package come to the door with, the last pickup I got, guys, was a 1923 peace dollar, 90% silver, and I love it. It's one coin. It's lovely. I got excited for that. Do you still get excited for every individual pickup, Diaxus? I know you like a lot of your Britannias.
Yeah.
It never gets old,
to be fair,
though,
mate, I made a pickup for my birthday, and literally, like, no one knows about this pickup. I've showed you, but there's not many people know about it. Yeah, literally, I was waiting for the postman. I was sat downstairs for about 30 minutes because I knew he was going to come by one, and I was like, "Come on, mate, I'm trying to get my parcel." But yeah, now you still get that little bit of excitement. Do you know what I mean? And especially when it's like new things or something that's a bit different to the norm.
Yeah, and go on, mate. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. Yeah, no, I don't know, mate. But yeah, like I say, it's one of those. It's like, I know, kind of like you said with your peace dollar and stuff, and it's all about enjoyment. If you're not enjoying it, then what's the point, really? Like, do you know what I mean? I know it's like, oh, I'm saving for my future, but you got to have a bit of fun along the ways with it as well.
Yeah, and if you're Miyamoto, never mind the metals. He's excited when one of the poker chips comes through the door. Forget the metal pickups.
There we go.
Absolutely. And there will be some poker chips and other things up for grabs this evening. I don't have them to show you because I've done a massive tidy up in this whole room. I didn't mention this at the start, but just quickly, guys, it's not that exciting or important for you guys, but I have recently upgraded. I've got a laptop. So everything I've done on this channel from start to finish has been entirely through a phone. The live streams with the help of Diaxus at the start and stuff and throughout that. But all the videos, all the editing, it's all been through a phone now. I've got myself a laptop and a monitor to try and make the process better. So I'm looking to really improve all aspects, and it will take some time. But as part of that, in this office that I use here at home, I've sort of tidied everything out. So there is a bundle up to be given away live this evening. There was a list. I've got the concrete list. Diaxus has got it. And there will be a giveaway to send someone, but I don't have those items to show. So forgive me for that. But as from next week, back to normal. But yeah.
I was gonna say, touching on poker chips, mate. Literally, when I do my giveaway, I've already got a load of Zeus chips. Oh, that's a Benson chip. Got a load of Zeus chips. There's a stack of social one in there as well. And I've got all those chips to give away. So we've got the Benson ones. We've got more Benson and Jack stacks. We've got Froggies. We've got Shinies. I've got Ice and Fires. I think Nessie's sending a bundle down. Yeah, we got loads of. So yeah, so if you're after chips, definitely swing around on a Thursday to get your chance to enter.
There we go, guys. Thursday, pretty much every single week. Diaxus does a great job and goes live, and I hope to join you, mate, more often. It was
Always
a lot
welcome,
of
bro.
fun,
You know
yeah.
that. Yeah, man.
Thank you, mate. And once again, guys, go and check if you're subscribed to Diaxus because he's nearly at 1,700 subscribers. He's doing a giveaway for that. He's also going to be doing a giveaway at every 100 subscriber milestone up until the big one, the 2K. So get involved. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. What's this here? People saying, "Where's the caravan?"
If I actually get around to being able to do it, I've got a couple things in planned at the moment, but one of which is making use. We're talking about copper earlier, so one of which is making use of that. You have a whole. There's like well over 1 kilo of copper in there. It's like jam filled to the brim, and I've also got a whole. We have a whole stack of other stuff as well that I'm dropping everywhere. But yeah, so there may be a custom copper pour at some point for the big 2K.
Tell you what, mate, I wouldn't have known you were an electrician.
You think? Yeah, man.
Where's all that copper come from?
This is it. Don't tell the boss, mate. No, it's just when I'm making off switches and stuff. Well, the little offcuts just go in my pocket, so make use of them, man.
Amazing. Right, so Diaxus, we've reached the halfway stage. Time is flying, but guys, this next segment is it's all about the special guest, of course. It's Diaxus's episode, and it's an honor to have him on. But you guys, what questions do you have? We've been kind of just chatting away, and it's been good, and we've been focused on the chat for a little while, but this is the chance to ask any question you want to the special guest. So start putting the questions in the live chat, and I'll shout them out, and we'll ask the questions to Diaxus, or if you have a question for both of us or just for me. But yeah, let me know, and let's have a look here. See what buttons I can press. Here we are. This is, guys, the Q&A section. Got a little thing that shows up there. I have way too much fun with this, honestly. But yeah, Diaxus, are you ready for some questions from the live audience? Yeah. Okay. So before we start, it's time for the drum roll. You ready for the drum roll, Diaxus?
Go on, mate. Oh, it is an actual. I thought you were going to tap on the table, mate.
No, and you know what? I've already spilt a pint of Vimto whilst live, and I nearly knocked my Coke over doing the drums. But yeah, guys, I've avoided the accident. This is the live Q&A section for Diaxus. I'll be focused entirely on the chat now, and let's see what the questions are. Question number 1, Queen Nessie. Diaxus, how old will you be this week?
23, 45, mate.
There you go.
Yeah.
45.
I can say
What day did
literally
it fall on?
Tuesday. So 2 days before my
Okay.
live. But yeah, literally I've collected, like Jamie sent me a whole bunch of Japanese 1981 coins. I've got the I got the little A mark bar that I traded with 365. So yeah, I've been collecting like loads of 1981 stuff. So just wear it that way. I don't know if you better see that.
I like that.
So yeah, a little A mark vintage bar. Yeah, it's crazy to think that that's exactly the same age as me, man. But yeah, literally, yeah, I've got a few little things. The best one is a 1981 proof sovereign in the case. We're talking about series. I almost done a series. I was going to do PF 70 or bust. And I was literally just going to keep buying 1981 sovereigns until I get a PF 70, just keep getting them graded. But that would be very expensive. As it is, I didn't. I just kept it in the case. And yeah, it's in gorgeous. I think the first one probably would have got me there. But yeah. Like
I
mirror
haven't
finish,
sent any
mate.
of mine. Yeah, I haven't sent any of my stuff out for grading, but if you do have one that you think's a 70, especially something that
Well,
marks
the only thing
your
I've got that's graded,
date of
mate, is
birth.
my very special poker chip from Nemo.
Hey, yeah, that's like the ultimate
Nemo
grade.
Junior.
Great chip. Nemo Junior. Yeah, I've got one of those too.
Yeah, I've got 0 graded coins whatsoever. So yeah, it's always cool to get some graded things, but
There we go. Guys, let's see what we've got. The questions are coming through. Don't forget, if you drop a question in, I'll put it up on screen and we'll go through them one by one. So now's the chance to ask anything. Let's see. Next question, Diaxus, is from Dominate Travon. I hope I'm getting that correct. If I'm not, I'm really sorry, mate. But says, why do precious metal prices always seem to move together?
I think it's just markets in general. Because if you, like I say, with the series I'm doing, we've got stocks and metals, and those markets tend to kind of follow the same types of trends. But I just think I don't know really, mate. I'm not as knowledgeable enough to go, oh, it's because, and they give you the exact reason. But yeah, it's just when markets are down, people pull money out of it. They take profits, and they take it from all markets. They just don't go from metals or stocks or whatever. When you got a strong dollar, the prices move, and it only takes one little press release from a president or whoever, and it just completely changes the market. So yeah, I don't know really, man.
The thing I'd add to that, you're not wrong. They do move. They sort of bounce off each other, react to each other.
Yeah.
We definitely see that, but I wouldn't necessarily say they always move together. And the reason being is through my personal experience. Do you remember when silver shot up to its peak, that £86 an ounce, only a few months ago? At that time, we watched the gold to silver ratio get closer and closer and closer and closer.
Yeah, definitely.
Gold wasn't keeping up. It wasn't moving like silver was. Now we've seen that sort of bounce back down. I'm not sure exactly what the gold to silver ratio is right now.
I was going to say,
it's got to be
over that
60 something.
Oh yeah, off the top of my head, I don't know. Over that 12-month period, I think gold went up 50 or 60%, and silver went up like 150% or something crazy. But it literally almost tripled what gold done. But then obviously we've had a correction. It's dropped back down £30 back to like 50 something.
Yeah. But yeah, it's always interesting to follow what they do, and let's see what they continue to do. Either way, I will look to stack what I can with my budget, even if what I can get within that budget changes. So next question, Diaxus, is from Shiny Silver, who says, is there anything special that you're planning on picking up this year?
Depending what your if it's precious metals, there's a couple things that I would like to get. nothing, anything like super special. Just like the generic, get some more Brits and potentially try and fill another tube this year. But I don't know if it's going to happen or not. But no, there's a couple things like obviously we're talking about the copper, possibly getting a forge. That would be a really cool thing to get this year, so I can start melting up some, get a smelter going and melt up some copper. But yeah, I don't know really.
I knew,
Go on.
mate. Sorry, I knew you were up to no good when you sent me a random message on Discord the other day saying something like, "Is it okay to set up a forge on the side of the road on public land?" And I was like, "I don't think so, mate. I think it's seen as a hazard."
Oh yeah, there is that, mate. A monitor would go pretty well as well. To be fair, mate, I need a second monitor.
Yeah,
Either that or a new TV. I'll go with that one, mate.
One
Second
specific,
monitor.
like coin or bar that you want this year, no?
Another sovereign would be nice. I'd love an ounce of gold, but same again, that's like stupid money. The stock market's gonna have to do crazy to get me up to there, man. But
well, you know, an ounce of gold, okay, in one go is a bit of a stretch for most. But if you go down the fractional route, you can get that ounce across multiple purchases, you know? So
this is
you
what
maybe
I
could
said
look
in the
at
last
1 cent for your quarter ounce.
Yeah. Like I said, that's what I said in the last video, where I set that challenge is at like, because most challenges we do is like fill a tube 25, fill a tube 2026, and they're like yearly challenges. The stocks versus metals is an open ended, so there's no end to it. It's just when one reaches an ounce of gold, which I did mention in the last video. After 31 months, potentially those Tabex is an ounce of gold. I've just gone the fractional route. So there is an end limit in sight. So if stocks is going to do it, we have to get there within the next 28 months.
Well, the stocks can be just as volatile as metals. We know this, right?
100%, mate. Yeah. I lost quite a chunk a little while ago, which is kind of depressing. That's what I was saying. Like you you have to not look on a day to day, because if you watch the price and it tanks and it's like, do you know what I mean? But then a week or two later and it's bounced back up and it's recovered half of what it's lost anyway. And over the bigger picture, it tends to go up anyway. So yeah, you just got to not, at the moment, I would say I'm not at a level where a massive, if I took 50% loss, I'd be annoyed, but it wouldn't like ruin my year. 10, 20 years down the line and I've got like hundreds of thousands in there and then I take a 50% loss. You know what I mean? That would be absolutely devastating. But yeah, you just got to like take your head out of the game a little bit and just let the process do its thing and just trust the process.
Yeah. And I think a bit of a general rule when I speak to people about a number of different investments is that when the price of said stock or assets such as precious metals crashes, don't panic. You're holding this for long term as an investment. You're not, what it's doing in between shouldn't worry you or scare you or make you think about selling, and certainly not if it's less than what you bought it for. If there's a big crash, depending on what it is and behind it, then it's potentially a buying opportunity. So for a lot of long-term investors, they're actually happy when the price crashes. Are you the same?
Oh, definitely, man.
With
yeah, because that's
if it crashes, you buy more.
Yeah, if it crashes, the more it crashes, it brings your averages down. So then it's win-win. As long as it crashes under where you've bought in, then yeah, you're bringing down your average.
There we go. Right, plenty of questions to go through, Diaxus. Let's move on to some more. So, Miyamoto Sumit, really active in the chat tonight. It's great to see. Thank you for being here. Says, how would you say metal prices are? How much would you say metal prices are artificially inflated? It feels like there's a lot of tampering in the market.
I was going to say, if you're purely going off of stock, there is a little bit of different governments messing and changing things, and it does happen. Depending which side of the pond you're on, the prices are like ridiculously different. Like America, you're not paying anywhere near the premiums we're paying.
No, I'm jealous.
So, yeah. So yeah, in that scenario, then they are inflated for us. But no, like they done it. Same again. I'm not going to quote names in different acts and different things, but there was a thing a little while ago where America was buying in to basically get the resources. So they've got all the resources they need for their industrial side. And I forget the figure, but it was like 12 billion or something. So literally on the Friday there was a big crash. On the Saturday they brought out some like information, whatnot, but markets are closed, so no one can act on it. And then on the Monday or the Tuesday, America made a really big purchase of like a whole boatload of silver and gold at a 25% loss. Was that manipulated? Was that just luck of the draw? Did they just get lucky? You know what I mean? But it does make you think. Definitely does make you think.
Yeah, and it relates to there's a question straight after from great name by the way. I'll say it again. I'm bringing silver back. Who says similarly? Do you think that the silver market has been heavily manipulated? And I'll just add here to manipulate the market, you have to be. It has to be a combination, a collection of really big, powerful players to really truthfully
Yeah.
change the market because when we're stacking, it doesn't. Okay, individuals, it's not going to change the market in any way, shape, or form. When everyone is literally buying up, and these big boys, you're talking billions of pounds, that does make a difference. So, do you think that that's done intentionally to manipulate the markets for
I
a
would
profit
imagine so,
by
mate.
the powers that be?
Yeah, I would imagine so, mate. But same again, you got to remember. So one of the big conspiracies is that they're going to reevaluate metals at some point. I forget off the top of my head what it is, but I think gold is valued. It's something stupid. It's the same value as what they had back in the 70s or something silly. Like Vegas, I know what I'm on about. But all their gold in their vaults is like stupidly low. But even if they were to set today's value, if they reevaluated all the metals, it wouldn't wipe out a fraction of their debt. So they do manipulate the markets. But it's even
Yeah,
like with Trump, they were trying to do it so they affected all the markets. So there was a big market crash. Like when you're in debt, yeah, the vaults are empty. Yeah, there was a big market crash, but then that affects it so much so that they change the interest rates, which makes the dollar weaker. But then because the dollar's weaker, they can pay back more debt because do you know what I mean? It's just, mate, it's all a game, dude. The big people in the power have all the knowledge. You know what I mean? We're just stacking a couple of coins here and there, and we're just along for the ride, really.
yeah. Whilst you were talking there, I'm not sure if you saw Michael's comment who said, Diaxus, it would be
I
okay
just seen it pop
if
up
when
now.
you took if when you took your shirt off, you looked like Ned Flanders. Thought that was a great comment.
I mean, I can't say I've ever seen Ned Flanders topless. Is it a buff Ned Flanders or something?
You'll have to Google it, mate. Just Google it, and
Yeah,
then
I think it
yeah,
is
there
buff
you go.
Ned Flanders, isn't it? I'm going to go with it
Brilliant.
currently, no, but we're working towards it.
Okay. Silver Serpent says 100 pieces of gold challenge. Would you ever do that, mate?
Yeah, it would have to be fractional. Otherwise, that would cost a fortune.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, 100 ounces of gold but I mean, I
I
think
mean, what
Sealfall's doing
Monday,
100
mate?
gold pieces.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, no, I would consider it. Yeah, if you're talking fractional, I don't know yeah, you got like gold backs, 1 grams, half grams, stuff like that. So yeah,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be ounces. I'll tell you that for a fact. It'll take me a
No, and
lifetime
if
just
you
to
go
get
for
there, but
100 pieces, and it depends on what time length, frame of time you give yourself to complete that, you probably are going to be picking up some hyperfractional gold, i.e.,
oh,
maybe a
definitely, man.
gold bat, maybe a 1/100th of an ounce. Those options that are becoming more and more popular. That mints are making these smaller fractional pieces of gold because of the entry points of pricing. That's what's affordable for the more, I guess, average retail customer, who's not going to be buying an ounce, not going to be buying a full sovereign. These fractional pieces are going to become more and more popular. So they're looking to accommodate for that by
Yeah,
making more fractional pieces. So
I could say,
Yeah,
like Salesforce said, I'd need to buy myself a little poucho then.
yeah, 100%, mate. 100%. Well, you've got your what do we call it? Petunia. You've got your box, haven't
We
you?
haven't named it, mate. I was going to put it in stackers on Friday, and I was like, oh man, I don't know. Yeah, apparently because of Selfor with his name picking for his little poucho, we've got to get a name for my box. It is a cool box, though. You can't deny that.
It's a cool box. And for guys that didn't see on Diaxus channel on Thursday, do you have it to hand, just as quick show and tell, so that we
I
can
can
see
get it.
the guys here? Yeah, guys, Diaxus is going to grab a box that he's got for an absolute bargain price, and he's going to store all sorts of shiny in the box. Comment below now.
It's got a little
what you
slidey
think
lid
this
on it.
box should be called. What should Diaxus call the box?
The only thing I would say, this may go to the nail. I've got to sand the feet down because it is ever so slightly wobbly, which just adds to the charm of it. Yeah, I only paid like £6 for it.
Bargain.
I think it's cool,
Jar
man.
Jar Quinks. Zeus again. He's Boxy McBoxface. Bullion box. Let's go. What else have we got? Birthday box.
Be nice to me, people, man. Come on. I gotta say this on my video. Mate, I'm just gonna burn it. I'm just never gonna make a video of it.
Guys, yes. What about Petunia though? That one sticks with me. I don't know why.
I don't know. Some of this easy to roll off the tongue. I'm not the greatest with speech as it is, man.
Oh, but Petunia, that's reasonable, right? No?
Potentially, mate. I don't know. We'll see. We'll put it in stackers. Everyone have a little pick.
All right, mate. I'll let you off there, but thanks for showing that for everyone. There's more questions coming through. Nerd UK says, Diaxus, have you thought about day trading?
I have, but it scares the absolute life out of me. I don't know if you've seen any videos. I was recently watching one. It was like the 10 worst like crash outs on live streams, and people are live streaming them doing day trading. And then literally they go, oh yeah, watch this, guys. This is going to go up. And they put their trade in, they click the button, and like a second later, it just tanks. And then they've lost like $5,000 or something. It's like, geez, like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know.
Intense, that.
Yeah, I think
I'd rather stick it in an ETF.
Yeah,
you know,
a little bit.
It's
volatile, but it's still a bit safe.
Yeah, good question though. Good question. I know it can be popular, but you really have to understand that and put a lot of time into learning that.
You need to know the charts and be able to read the charts. But even if you read the charts and you know exactly what's like all the information available to you, it's a money market. It can literally just change in a heartbeat. So people are there going, oh yeah, this is definitely what's going to happen. Click the button and it just does the opposite. And then they're down 5-10 grand.
Yeah.
It's scary, dude. Honestly, it is
too stressful, scary. Mate. I prefer a long-term game. But we'll move on with the questions. Love to see the questions, guys. You've got time for more questions.
On that video, mate, the worst one that crashed out, he lost 150,000 in a space of like a minute. I couldn't. Well, for starters, I haven't got 150 grand. But all right, mate, that would hurt me even if it was £150 lost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not good, man.
Well, in other news, mate, this is definitely a good question for you from Crispy Shiny Things, one of the members of Craven's Crackers Club. So thank you very much. Says, I have a box of VGA and power cables. If you had similar, would you chuck them or spend a weekend splitting them and melting them down? Great question.
Depends what it is. If you've got a cable stripping machine, it's worth doing. So with the electrical cables I use is solid core. So these are like actually, let me move my mouse. These are actually like a solid strand of copper. With a lot of the flexes, they're braided wires, and it's not nice to strip. It's not easy to strip. Potentially cut your losses, take it to a scrapyard, and just weigh it in as like dirty copper.
Yeah, I know you spend a lot of your time stripping down wires and getting through some of the bits.
Yeah, mate, I've got a little contraption, mate. So you literally just put it in and you click it and it strips the end off, and then you get pliers on it and just rip it out. But we have got an actual stripping machine, and it's well, you can get ones with motors, but I've got like a hand crank one that you can attach a drill onto it, and you just feed the wire in, and it just spits out the back stripped.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, there we go. Michael Horsby says, I only look at the spot price on a Saturday or whenever I'm going to make a purchase. In the beginning of my stacking journey, I was constantly looking at the spot price. Yeah, I think we're all guilty of that at some point. Price will always be relevant, but
Yeah, like I say,
once again,
not a bad thing to do, because obviously you can say, oh, look, it's just dropped 50. There's a little dip in the market. I can get more coin for my money. But realistically, if you're just going to buy once a month, you're just dollar cost and averaging in anyway. So just buy what you can when you can. And yeah, I wouldn't really worry about it. The only time the spot price actually matters is when you sell. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter. You're just buying coins.
Yeah, that's well said, mate.
I'm just seeing the chat.
We've got a really good deep question here that we're going to move to. So, Diaxus. I think we need some background music for this one. Is that okay?
If you want, mate, carry on. Yep.
So, the question is from Vegas Stacker, legend in the community. Check him out on his YouTube channel if you haven't already, guys. 2 shows a week live with Blue Collar. A man who has gifted me, I think, 15 memberships so far. Absolute legend. But he wants to know, Diaxus, as we just put on some music.
Music's coming, mate.
You can hear it?
I can hear you as well now. Yeah.
Yeah. In what way has stacking changed your life?
In many ways, to be fair, mate. Like, so now you got all the emotional music going. Like, before stacking, I do have issues like in my own like mental health. So like just the fact of replying to YouTube videos or putting myself out there to the world, but that's a big reason why I'd done a 6-year break from YouTube. So yeah, started stacking, found Stacking Social, and then throughout the community, then met new friends, new people, made connections, and it's now brought me back to YouTube, doing live streams like with yourself tonight. So yeah, so it's changed me in many ways, to be honest. It's brought me out my shell a lot. Not even going into the whole financial things and I'm saving money and I'm locking my wealth away. But yeah, no, it's made me look at money in a different way. Certainly has opened up a lot of different like streams where I wouldn't necessarily have looked into, like the whole stocks and things like that. But yeah, so I would say it's changed me in many, many ways, for the better as well, I'd like to think. And then, yeah, leave it at that.
That was lovely, mate. I honestly really enjoyed that. And guys, let me know. Great answer, by the way, to a brilliant question about how stacking has changed your life. Because look, and guys, let me know if you enjoyed the music on that question. I don't know. I thought it was quite good. And the reason why is because stacking does change your life in more ways than just you're looking to better your financial situation and ensure yourself long term, right? Through this journey, we make friends. We go on journeys, we learn things, we talk, we're social, we have ups and downs, but we do that all together in this amazing community. And it's what makes me want to say thank you to all of you. I honestly love being part of this. I've been doing this for just over a year, and forget all the metals. I just love being part of the conversation. And I think all the points you made there are so relevant to so many of us. We have such a fantastic community, and yeah, stacking is great in so many ways. We could talk about the financial stuff, the serious stuff. At the end of the day, it's also a hobby and it's fun, and it's just good to be here. So yeah, great answer. And want to say as well, thank you to some of the comments here. I think you guys did like that. You did like that. Let's have a look. You guys, too much. So, bloody hell, got a new laptop and the production now includes music, etc. Bravo, thank you. What did you think of that song, by the way? That's the one I regularly use on my YouTube channel. And yes, Queen Nessie, it is copyright free. I have a Upbeat subscription, so I actually pay for the license to use that. So don't worry. Bjorn says moody music. Yeah, I thought it was the good sort of music. I think you. And the thing is, your answer flowed nicely with it, mate.
Yeah, well, to be
Yeah.
fair, it's
Here we
quite a deep
go.
question, mate. To be fair, it's like I say, it's not. It is about the money, obviously, but it's not about the financial side of it. There's so much more that goes into it of what actually, like the route that took me down the path of where I'm headed and what I've done. I mean, it's only been 20 months, but like I can honestly, hand on heart, tell you, I was at a point where, like 2.5 years ago, I wouldn't even comment on YouTube videos. You know what I mean? I just keep myself to myself. I was really like closed away from the world, and I haven't uploaded on YouTube in over 6 years, and didn't do a live stream on my Twitch channel for over 2. And then all of a sudden, now we're doing like weekly podcasts and like getting involved with the community and everything. But yeah, it definitely brought me out my shell, man.
I'm glad to hear that, mate, because this community is a better place with you in it. It's always a pleasure to share the live platform with you, whether you're, as you were, my producer, or now whether you're coming on as a special guest as regularly as you possibly can, or me going
Hey,
on
I'm
your show on the Thursdays.
free
It's a pleasure, mate.
anytime you need me, mate. I'm free, man. I'm happy just being the backup guest when you've not got someone on or whatever. Like, it's fine, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Never a backup, mate. Seolfor says, I treasure your friendship, Diaxus. I love to see it. There's
100%, man.
so much love in the chat. Miyamoto says, oh, this is beautiful. Thank you. I did really like that segment. It was quite touching. Because, guys, it makes you think, right? And I know not everyone is here on the live to speak, only me and Diaxus. But I'm sure guys who are commenting probably have more to say than what they would in a few words about if you really think how has stacking changed your life. And I think it does change all of our lives in one way or another. So Vegas, brilliant question, really was. Villainous Bounty says the music is set in the scene. Michael says, Craven, is this your mindfulness music? I really like listening to instrumental music. I think it really lets you get into your thoughts and think about things. It's why I include that kind of music on my YouTube channel through different content. But it's fitting of certain moments depending on what you're talking about, and that was a moment that I thought, yes, bring it in. Miyamoto, I have a singular tear ready to fall. Oh my goodness. A happy tear, I hope. Lovely production, says VB. Michael Hawksby says, well said, Diaxus. I second that. Nerd says, I think stacking has done that for a lot of us, Diaxus. Yeah, 100%. Omega, awesome live stream ever. 10 out of 10. Thank you. Really appreciate that. I'm bringing Silver back. Production has gone up on the stream. Graphics and music. Wow. Wait, shush. We got the world's #1 producer in the house. We can't be saying.
Hey, honestly, dude, I'm well impressed with everything you've been getting on with the last couple of weeks. Obviously,
Right.
like we've had
I can't touch you on the levels though.
Yeah, but
with what you do,
mate, it's like I've said from day one, though, dude. They're not there to see what I can bring to the stream. They're there to watch you as the host. You know what I mean? It's the conversations. It's not the graphics and then the overlays and all that rubbish. But no, honestly, mate. So same again. Like I've had issues with my computer to the point that I missed the live, and then you've just kind of ran with what you had and you've made it work, and it genuinely does come across really well. So
Thank
yeah,
you.
so yeah, well done, mate. Honestly.
Thank you. I just wanted to find a way to make the lives more engaging, because it's all about an open conversation, which yes includes us who are live on the panel talking, but also everyone that wants to tune in and essentially have some good positive company on their Sunday evenings. I really appreciate the people that choose to be here. It means a lot. And by upgrading to a laptop setup with an extra screen, it makes that easier for me. I will do little things as I move on to improve quality. For example, I'm no longer using the iPhone camera, which I actually think is better than this laptop one, but I'm looking to upgrade that soon. These things take time, but it's really good having the comments on stream as we do like the live Q&A, adding music and other things I'll have fun doing. So it is great. And a comment I really like is Nerd, who says, I have to say, Craven, it's great to have you both back together. Yeah,
Mate, it's a
I always
dream
love
team,
talking
dude.
to you live.
Yeah, 100%, man. But the thing is, we don't even have to have a topic. We can just we just chat and we just vibe. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just easy, isn't it?
It
So
is.
yeah, it's good, man.
No, that means a lot. No. Some of these comments, mate. Let's read some of these comments. Villainous Bounty says, stacking has brought me closer to the kind of people I want to surround myself with. This is the field I want to grow in. Love to hear that. Yeah. There's a very supportive community.
Yeah, they always say you surround you are the sum of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So if you surround yourself with like winners, stackers, everything else, like all positive people, then it's gonna reflect in your life as well.
Yeah, you're a product of your environment, and you know, there's, like I say, all I can stress here is that there is such a good group of people within this stacking community from
Yeah.
my experience, and everyone else says the same thing. So it really is a pleasure to be a part of, and there's the support for everyone. There's people to speak to, and it goes without saying, I know you would say the same, Diaxus, so I'm speaking for both of us here. But yeah, if anyone ever wants to pop up for a chat or anything, my chats are always open. You can either email me, or if you're in Stacker Social on Discord, drop me a message anytime, guys. I will speak to anyone anytime. I love hearing from you. Okay, so yeah, in this together. And Ian Ritchie says it's I've been there, Diaxis, about what you said before. Great to see you on the other side. It really is.
Well, the thing with it as well, certainly with like the whole precious metals, you can't just go in like chat to your mate down the pub. Oh mate, did you see that Britannia I picked? Like, do you know what I mean? You don't talk about precious metals in your real world. So to have a community that you can go, oh mate, did you see my coin? Like what you put, like, and you actually have a conversation about the things you're both passionate about is really cool. Because you wouldn't just go down the pub and just start chatting Britannias and sovereigns and have you seen the spot price? You just don't do it, do you?
No, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't. We don't. It's amazing because we speak comfortably about this all the time in this community, but then you enter real life. I don't talk to people about stacking.
No.
Like it's not something that that I do. Or if I'm having a pint in the pub and I start speaking to someone, you know, yeah, I wouldn't mention it. It's a private thing. But here, it's all we want to talk about. It's what we're passionate about. It's what brings us together, which is great. There was a question from Queen Nessie who says, "Craven, where's Little John hiding?" Now I feel awful about this. Little John's not happy about it at all. But I did mention before I've tidied my office as I've sort of rejigged everything around and I'm improving my setup. Little John
is in the cupboard, have you?
He's in a box. He's in a box at the moment. But you know, the best thing is, because talking about Queenie, she sent me, and you were on the stream, I think, at the time, mate, a mini Jacob's crackers. So that has been put in like a little secure pack separate, so that's protected in the box next to him. So he's got his cream crackers in there if he gets hungry. I've left him with like a packed lunch essentially, but yeah, he's in a box. And he will come out again soon. So that's where he is. There's some more questions coming through. Crispy says, Diaxis, what is your go-to music, mate?
That's a very, very hard one to answer, mate. Genuinely, I love all sorts of music. Depending on my age, I went through phases. So like in my teens, early teens, I was like big into like Guns N' Roses and Nirvana and all that kind of like grungy music. Rock and roll and all that kind of things, and then later teens I got into the whole like dance and techno and raves and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, everything, mate. Really. More of a, I'd say I'm more of a hip hoppy kind of grungy guy now. But if something comes onto the radio, and you know what I mean? If it's a good sounding track and I just vibe with it, I'll listen to anything really.
Yeah, I guess mood can play a big part in what music you want to listen to, but
Yeah,
also
man.
music can change the mood you're in. It's very powerful. I do love to listen to music when I'm by myself, and especially when I'm driving. I really love that. McDonald Bullion says, "Great show, Craven and Diaxus. Thank you so much, mate." And I'm gonna say this now. We'll come to it after, but guys, next week I'm going to be joined live for episode 35 by no other than McDonald Bullion, Josh McDonald, and I can't wait. So, yeah, no, you don't want to miss that one. That is next week at 7 o'clock. But thank you for being here, tuning in, Josh, to this one. Always appreciated, mate. Thank you, Seal4, for this comment as well. You're very gifted, Craven. You're so kind. You're so kind. Thank you. What else have we got? What have I missed? Does something come up here? I might scroll down. There has been. Right. So,
Free Little John.
you know what? The fact, right, guys. So, firstly, thank you, Vegas again. $7.77. Free Little John. Right. Should I get him out, Diaxus?
Yeah, I'm gonna say. I'm guessing Little John made him do that, right?
Yeah, I'm guessing so. Oh no, the train started. Oh right, there's so much spot. There's like 9 boxes I need to move out the way and then open something.
Mate,
Does this really need to happen?
It's not being funny. It's bad enough you shoved him in a box, but the fact that you shoved him in a box and then planted 9 boxes on top of him, man, that was a bit disrespectful,
right.
man. Jeez.
Oh my god. Right. Right. Okay. Let's for the release of Little John. Shall we have the music back?
If you want, mate.
You're just like, I don't want this music.
No, you carry on. You, man. Yeah, it's fine, mate.
What's this? John, right now. And just quickly as well, I'll have to come to it. I think there was another super chat. I'll be 1 second. Right. I'll do this as fast as I can. Look at the stuff. Look what I'm moving out the way. There's all this, all neat and tidy. Sellotape, boxes to send stuff to people in. Another box. I don't know what that's for. Russell Hobb. That's cool. Right. So we're coming, John. We're coming. There we go. Where is he? Gee, guys, where is he? Oh, hang on. Oh, do you know what? He's not. I don't think he's in this one.
He's lost Little John, man.
Right, so we're doing.
Poor Little John, mate. What have you done? You've misplaced him.
John, guys. The question is, where's Little John?
As long as you don't put the box out into the recycler, mate.
Right. Okay, he's here with his caravan. Ladies and gentlemen, courtesy of Vegas Stacker paying for the rescue of Little John, here he is. Okay, there he is. Oh my god. Right, there we go. There he is. We did it. There we go, guys. It's happened. There he is. This was so tidy, guys, and now I'm going to have to tidy it all up again.
I mean, kind of serves you right for shoving him in at the bottom of the pile, though, mate.
Well, he was at the top. He wasn't at the bottom of the pile. He was at the top,
underneath 9 boxes.
Well, no, in a box. Come on.
Buried, mate.
Wow, you guys. Yeah, Nerd UK got his money's worth as well. Thank you, mate. £5 super chat. Free Little John. Set the big man. It's not that big. Set the big man free. He is free. There he is. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are honestly legends. Thank you for the super chats. VB says, whip out your Little John. I just have, but I know what you meant. So it wasn't just. So this was a real thing. People really wanted Little John to be free because I couldn't see the chat when I was doing that. Wow. Big Green Stacker, no question. Okay. I just want to say thank you all for what you do and for being so kind. All of everyone's kindness and info has made my precious metal stacking slash collecting experience the utmost best. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you for the comment. That's really nice to hear. There is a lot of good people in this community. I say it again. There really, really is. It's
So
always
that's
nice
what
to
it's all
see that,
about.
isn't it?
Like you said earlier about how you kind of got back to the like what got you into stacking. And I think for a lot of us, a lot of why we even started our YouTube and that was to help the people that were new, so they didn't get ripped off, they didn't buy fakes, and all. Like, you know what I mean, and just help them along the way. So yeah, to see
Yeah,
things like that is really good.
it is. So thank you for putting that in there. The Mission Impossible theme tune. There's certain stuff I'd love to use, but I can't copyright. But yeah, I definitely will have a play around with the music and stuff, and I'll get more um, adapted to the whole StreamYard setup, and I will look to make these lives more engaging, more fun for all of you. And let's not forget, guys, um, we have got a giveaway to do shortly. There's 46 of you tuned in right now live. Please, if you haven't already, smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't. If you're enjoying this, subscribe so you don't miss future episodes and content that comes out on the channel. So I'm just reading through these comments. You guys, oh my god, he doesn't know where he is. Oh no, Diaxus, is this like a bad look for me having Little John in a box? Is this like
I think it is, mate. I
damage?
think it's kind of disrespectful, to be honest.
Oh my god, I might
Oh,
have
good
to
luck,
issue like
mate.
an
Mate, you were
apology
the
note.
protector of little John, and now all of a sudden he's been abandoned. He's shoved in a box and hidden away.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
guys. Okay, I'm sorry. I was just trying to tidy everywhere up, and Little John was. I just wanted him to be safe, just like when you were doing the production for me. I wanted you in the cupboard because I wanted you to be safe, so you could focus without distraction. And now you've got out the cupboard, you're never coming back.
I'm still here, mate.
Oh,
Yeah, I
I
may
know,
be out
mate.
the cupboard, but I'm always there to do lives with you, man, and help you out wherever I need to be.
Yeah, well, I'd love to have you on a lot more often, mate. And judging by what the comments that have come through have said in the live chat, I think people really enjoy seeing you join me on here as well. Always a good chat. Omega says, I've emailed you. Okay, yeah, perfect. I will check that later on. Thank you very much. If you don't have Discord or anything, guys, you can email me, stackingwithcraven@gmail.com. You're welcome to do so about anything, really. The door is open. Now, I'm going to read some more comments. Then I've got an announcement to make, and then we'll move to the wheel, guys. We are going to bring back Little John's Wheel of Wonder one more time. Potentially not the last time, but we don't see it every week. That's courtesy of Diaxus, who I've sent the list of names to. But let's just read some more comments. Let's have a look. Next month is a year ago I sent you Little John. Yeah, guys, let's just not forget the reason why I have the Little John that we see and know this guy is because of Seolthor Hordian, absolute legend. Thank you so much, Seolthor. What a journey Little John's been on. Hey, but it is because of you, mate. I can't believe it's been a year nearly since that. It's crazy how fast time has gone. It really is. What's this? On a serious note, you're looking better. Your cheeks aren't red and glowing. Thank you. I appreciate that. I am trying to work on my overall health and with diet and exercise, doing whatever I can, some new medication. Things are looking up, guys, from where things weren't so good. So yeah, thank you for pointing that out.
Let's say, just button in, mate. Hold the fort for two, man. I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah, no problem, mate. I'm just reading through
Wicked.
these comments. I'll wait
Right,
for
buddy.
you. Vegas. Vegas says I was afraid the Terminator kidnapped him. No, no, no. The Terminator is terrified of Little John. What are you on about? um, Question for both of you. Do you collect anything else? Well, Diaxus has nipped away. Do I collect anything else? Not really. No, I don't collect anything else. No. I know, like some people would say, "Oh, Pokemon and stuff like that." No, I don't. Just metals, really. What about you guys? Do you collect anything else apart from stacking your metals? Let us know in the chat below. But we are moving closer to the giveaway, which we'll do shortly. We'll get that wheel on screen and we'll find out a winner. Don't forget, guys, I can't show you the goods tonight that's going to be given away, but I can tell you it is a really nice bundle. It does include some shiny metals, and I will send that out to the eventual winner. Channel members get automatically entered into the giveaways every single week, so don't worry. I see some channel members commenting on the phrase for each week, the post I put out with a magic phrase to enter. You are automatically entered just for being a member, so thank you. I reckon you've cancelled yourself there. What is that, because of me putting Little John in a box? Oh, I hope not. We've been on a good run. Yeah, cheers, Diaxus. Apparently, I've cancelled myself. With the whole Little John thing. I think it's probably the end for me in this whole journey.
Oh, I don't know, mate. I don't know if the community will let you live that down. Though it's a bit disrespectful, but
Little Johnny's back, and this time it's personal. so much for brand awareness. Yeah. Okay. Next week, little.
Touching on what you just asked a minute ago, mate, for questions, because I can still hear.
Yeah.
Other things we collect. So, Cellforce sent me down some Pokemon. So potentially we're going to start looking into Pokemon stuff on my end. I've been collecting the 50p's as well as the Bullion. And then something that I've always done for God knows how many years is the retro games. And then I've got like a whole wall of blooming retro games, all different consoles and systems and everything else. That's always quite fun as well.
You've got some of the original PlayStations, haven't you? Which you got for a couple of quid, and now they're worth money.
I know when we first originally brought it up on a live, everyone said do a video on it, and I genuinely don't know how you would film a video with hundreds and hundreds of games without like, you know what I mean? I couldn't just do it on the camera here. I'd have to like move it around and like, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I've got like loads of NES, Mega Drive, Master System, GameCube, like just all the old original like Nintendo stuff and Sega stuff.
Are you planning to sell it or hold on to it?
Well, so originally I went for so this was way before I started stacking. There was an app and you could check off the games you had. So originally I was trying to collect one of everything. And I was working my way through there. And then during the first, or just after the first lockdown, I ended up selling a big chunk of my collection. And I bought a graphics card that at the time cost me like 2,300 quid. Something stupid. But yeah, I rebuilt my computer and a lot of it was funded with selling off part of my collection. I still got to have a whole chunk of games, but yeah, all the super fancy, like really expensive ones I chipped on. Kicking myself for it now though, mate, because the price of, same as anything, mate, collectibles, price goes through the roof. And I'm like, why did I not hold it for 2 more years or 5 more years? But yeah, I had some good ones, man.
With all these things, mate, hindsight's always
100%.
We always look back and think, shoulda, coulda, woulda. You did what you did because you thought it was right at that time. And usually we either learn from that, we regret it, whatever. That's just part of life, right?
Oh, definitely, mate. But it's the same as anything, mate. If we had a crystal ball, we'd all be millionaires. I mean, we all would have bought like Google when it was like dirt cheap. We all would have got whatever Britannia's at 20 quid an ounce, or like, do you know what I mean? But it is what it is. It's life, isn't it? Learn it from your mistakes.
Yeah, that's it. Well, right, Diaxus, we are going to move to the wheel shortly, but just before we do, I have got an announcement for everyone. An announcement, something that literally nobody knows apart from me. Okay, so if you've been following my channel for long enough, or maybe you've joined recently, either way, thank you so much. You will know that when I started, started last year, I set myself a goal of hitting 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. I started on April 1st. Funny enough, that's April Fool's Day. What a day to start. So it has just been my 1 year anniversary. But by the end of Craven is pregnant. No, Stop. I'm not pregnant. Stop distracting me, Vegas. It's always you. Um, yeah. So from starting in April to the end of 2025, I said if I get to 1,000 subscribers, then I will get a tattoo chosen by you. And it's fitting I've got Diaxus on the show this evening, guys, because I did put everyone a chance to send in designs. I then put those designs out to a poll in the Sundays with Craven chat in Stacker Social, and the winning design was Diaxus's. So, since that point, I've been pondering on it, and it's like, oh goodness me, really? Is this really happening? I had to really accept the fact, yeah, this is happening. I then tried to get out of it by saying, can I do a forfeit? You guys said no through another poll. And I was like, look, we're just going to have to do this. And I've made some movements on this. So the announcement is my official tattoo appointment is booked, and it is happening on the 9th of May. That is when I have got the tattoo booked. And it is going to be the original tattoo exactly as it was, designed by Diaxus. Cracking piece of design from AI, Diaxus, if I may say, with little John on it, with his staff going right down a shark's throat. The only thing I've changed is that little John is not green and brown. I didn't want colorized. I'm going for black and white, and I'm sure you guys will allow that. Well, I hope so, because it's happening.
I mean, mate, you can still pull out, mate. You just got to go to a petting zoo and have a tarantula on your hand.
Nice, brilliant, fantastic. And yes, this is going to be my first tattoo. I don't have any tattoos, so this will be the first one. Vegas Stacker saying, will you be live streaming it? No, but I am going to be. I've got permission to record anywhere on the premises on the day, so I'm going to make a video about this, so you guys will get to see me get my first tattoo, and the tattoo is what it is.
It's going to be hilarious when he starts screaming.
Yeah, well, I've never had one, so I don't know how much it hurts. I'm going for the.
It's not that bad, mate.
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you where I'm having it done. We'll let that be part of the surprise. You can stick around and wait for that when it comes out. You will be the first to know, guys. Nerd says, I don't care. My knick-knack was the best. So look, I'm not going to lie, Nerd. The knick-knack tattoo you made was fantastic. It made me laugh. As for something that big and that detailed and what it was to go on my body for the rest of my life, mate, I just don't think it was a viable option. I'm sorry. So hopefully you understand. And it would have like covered my entire back to do it. Yeah. Look, I know that you guys would probably like that to be live streamed, but I'm not going to live stream that. Okay. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. It's not on the back of my head.
The question is though, is it going to be a sensible size? You're not going to like micro text a tattoo on you, so it's like the guy doesn't need a magnifying glass to tattoo it on you, does he?
Well, what would you say for a tattoo is a hashtag team?
Size of a football.
Size of a football.
This
is what the thing is, right? After this experience, guys, I'm going to be very careful of what I put out to a poll in the future. Look, the comment right on the forehead. Get out of here, you guys. It's not happening. No chance. I know where it's going. At least 5 inches. So it's going to be a little bit smaller than that, but it's not going to be tiny. Okay. Sheolful says 8 centimeters.
About 3 inches, give or take. Yeah, same again, mate. I'm only taking a Mickey Man, but
woof, woof.
I'm still shocked you're going through with it, mate.
Face tattoo, like Mike Tyson says, nerd. Yeah, no, I am going through with it. So that's the breaking news, guys. It is happening, and you will see it soon. And I am a man of my word, and only then can we move on from that and set our next goal and what I will do if we get there. Got to go bigger and better, and I hope you guys will support me, because this is only the beginning of the journey. Go on, mate. What are you going to say?
Skydiving at 2K? Question mark.
More information.
As much as we love you, mate, we just want to see you suffer. So whatever you put out there, question-wise, is like, what do you want me to do? And it's like, firing squad, jump off a cliff with no like, do you know what I mean? They're always going to pick the worst for you, man.
I mean, it's supposed to be a stacking channel, not a punishment channel. You know, see, Vegas wants to see me get a piercing. Yeah, shiny. I have learned a lesson, mate. Absolutely. But yeah, look. Bottom line is, before we move on, guys. And yeah, I probably will look back and laugh when I'm 80, and that's it. You only live life once, so I try not to take
Thing
it
is,
too seriously.
it's memories though,
I'm
mate.
having fun.
It's like scars.
Exactly,
It tells a
and
story. So when you are older, like whether it's like 10, 20, 30, like mates down the pub will be like, what the hell was that tattoo or what? And you can say, oh yeah, that was when we done this and I hit this milestone and we done that and whatever. And it just tells a story, mate. It's like scars, man. It's part of your life. It's part of your history. So yeah, it's
yeah,
cool, man.
and since we have blossomed such a beautiful friendship, Diaxus, I think that Miyamoto's. Oh no, sorry, Michael Will's. Sorry, guys. Comment
No,
is so.
no. Mate,
How
you got
about
to
you
1,000.
reciprocate?
I would do a deal then. If I get to 2,700 by this time next year, I'll let you pick it. You got 1,000 subs for your tattoo, man. I'm not just going to do one for free. I'm in the middle of getting mine lasered off. I don't want no more.
That is a good point. The Diaxis is going through laser removal surgery or whatever it's called for a tattoo he's removing, and then we're saying, "Oh, we need you to get one."
No,
Just cover up the one you don't want instead
no, this is it,
with
mate.
something that will. Yeah, it won't be me designing it. You've got to do the way I did it, where you let the people decide. You give the people blood. That's what they
Hey,
want.
that's the absolute death wish letting them lot. I've seen what they've done for you,
Tally
man.
Wood,
Jeez.
yeah, Tally Wood says get drunk. It hurts. I mean, I don't know what my pain threshold's going to
No,
be like with it because
that's one of the
I've
worst things to
never
do,
had it.
mate. When you drink
Oh, I
alcohol, it
won't be
thins your
getting drunk.
blood. No. When you drink alcohol, it thins your blood, and then obviously when you get tattoos, it makes you bleed, and then you just bleed out all the ink. Like the worst thing you can do.
Yeah. Uh, I totally agree with that comment, Glass Velo. Thanks for putting that in there, mate. I agree with that. Um, but yeah, it may or may not hurt. You guys will see my reaction anyway. I'm gonna get Miss Craven to film it. Queen Nessie says, "If I can do it, you can." Yeah, we'll give it a good go. Um, just me that would get a goat tattooed on if asked. What? So like, hang on. So Miyamoto, if someone just said to you, "Oh, will you get a tattoo of a goat, please?" Just out the blue, you don't even know who they are. You just do it. Like there was an incentive to do with mine, but you would just get a tattoo of a goat. Is that what you're saying? Oh my god.
I say some people are like that, mate. They're addicted to tattoos, so it doesn't matter what it is. They just love getting tattoos.
Nerds calling me a wimp. I haven't even tried it yet. I don't know how I'll get on, mate. Come on. Oh, so yeah, Miyamoto would get a tattoo of a goat or whatever if somebody asked him to, if that person paid for it. That's fair, to be fair.
Yeah, Selfie got someone to tattoo his name on their body.
I
He showed
saw
that on
that.
his last
Yeah.
video. Yeah.
Do you know what? And he said about me in that about getting a move on. That was a. I'll give you credit, Shelfer. That was a little trigger for me to get this stuff sorted. I was like, Shelfer's gone and got some person who follows his channel to just go and get CL4 Hordian inked on their body before I've even got this tattoo. So he's like, "Come on, mate, get a move on." I was like, "Yeah, fair play, mate. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, you are right. So it is happening soon. It is booked in."
Thing is, though, it's not
What's
necessarily a
next?
quick process. If you can go into a tattoo parlor and they go, "Yeah, sit down, I'll do you like in a minute," they're not necessarily a good tattooist. It's the people when you go there and they go, "Oh, I'm fully booked for 3 months." I mean, that's the good ones because that's where everyone's going. But
Yeah,
no, I found out the hard way, mate. Because originally I went to get mine covered up before I lasered them, and I was on holiday for 2 weeks, and I went in thinking I was just going to get a tattoo done, and they're like, "Mate, we're booked for months." And it's like, well, that's kind of ruined my plan. I wanted it on my holiday, but and I ended up walking out, not booking it, and never actually doing it. And then it took, I want to say, 6 to 8 years before I actually just went and got it started the laser. But
Did
everyone
it
to their
ever
own,
hurt you?
man. Like, what's that, mate?
Like, did the getting the tattoo hurt more than the removal, or does the removal hurt more than the tattoo?
The removal's different because depending. So at the beginning, I found it more painful, and as you go through the stages, it gets less painful. But they gotta shoot the laser deeper, so it hurts more after rather than during.
Yeah.
But it's not that bad, mate. It's a lot of people say it's like when you blow a match out and you stick the match on you. That little burn, it's like a scratch. It's not like you're not going to be rolling around like screaming your head off. It's like an annoying pain, and you just, you know what I mean, just put it in your back of your mind and just get it done. But
Sorry. You see the comment on screen?
I was going to say, like Nessie said, you'll find out in 2 months' time, mate, when you get it lasered off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's not cheap, dude. I've spent oh man, I've spent 1,400 quid on mine so far to get mine removed.
Really?
Yep. Yeah,
Wow.
£200 a session, mate. I'm on my 7th session. Got a book in my 8th.
You guys
Yeah,
are
it's a bit,
cracking me up. Yeah, I'm asking about the removal process before I even get it.
pretty
uh,
much.
uh,
But I'm just glad he didn't get his tattoo out of a bubblegum packet. That's what I half
yeah.
expected.
Do you know, this comment is what I'm worried about more than just the pain of getting a tattoo. It is like Little John on the tattoo itself. Little John's like what he wears has to be sort of filled in to give like more of a complete coloring of those areas rather than just like the arms, which is more just the outline and like lines for the muscle.
Yeah, but
So
if
that's
you're
like
not
going to be
getting it
black
coloured,
coloring.
yeah, they'd just do shading, mate. They wouldn't colour it. If you're not having colour, they'd just shade it. It won't be that bad, man.
Or whatever, but it's still like say like his top has to be filled in. Do you know what I mean? That whole area has to be filled in.
Mm. Yeah, but they do. It'd be like with a shading needle. So rather than having like a single point, they'll have like multiple needles, and they do like a bigger area in one go, and
Oh,
then they
really?
feather the
So it'll
color
be
out.
quite quick.
Yeah,
Okay.
it won't be that bad, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. Steer away from having it on bony areas. Yeah, I thought about having it like round my ankle, and then I was like, yeah, no, I don't fancy that. So yeah, but
Yeah. The more meat you do it on, the easier it is, mate.
yeah, there you go. The worst places for my tattoos were on my shoulder. Oh yeah, and the inside of my arm. Not that bad though. Filling in isn't bad. The outline is deeper. Yeah. So some of these comments, right, guys. uh, Brilliant. Diaxus, and thanks to the
Yes, mate.
chat. What I wanted to say before we moved on to the giveaway is just once again, I mentioned why I'm doing this tattoo is because I said I would do that if I got to 1K. And the reason for that is because of you guys that support me. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do a live every week. I haven't been doing as many videos recently, but I do plan for that to change in the near future. It's because of you guys. So genuinely, thank you so much. Thank you so much for showing up, being a part of this every week, comment on my videos, being a subscriber, liking. Big shout out and thank you to all the members of Craven's Crackers Club. Thank you to the people that send in super chats. They always make me laugh. And yeah, you guys all mean so much to me. You really, really do. 47 of you in right now after 2 hours, 10 minutes of me and Diaxus waffling like we do. It's great to see. So yeah, big thank you. And what we're going to move to is it hasn't made an appearance for a while, guys, but it is to do the giveaway, Little John's Wheel of Wonder. So Diaxus, just to confirm, I sent you a complete list. I got this list,
Yep.
guys, because the way I do this, and I'll do it after this podcast as well, keep an eye out on my channel. I will put a post out on my channel with the magic phrase. If you're not a channel member, whereby you get automatic entry, then you need to comment that phrase on that post before next week. Okay, that's the rules, and that's black and white. There'll be no late entries whatsoever. So Diaxus has got that list, and he's very kindly got the wheel. And I'm going to change the screen now. So how's that looking? That looks pretty good
Yep.
to me. So we have, guys, Little John's Wheel of Wonder on screen. And have you set it to 60 seconds, mate? Just so it's a bit more
I have,
tense.
mate. Yep.
Yeah, there we go. There's loads of... Put a thumbs up in the chat to show Craven you are still here, please. There's... I love that. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for the comment, Vegas. That's amazing. And everyone that's letting me know you're still here. You haven't... Half of the people have fallen asleep, but that's brilliant. But yes, Diaxus, we're going to do this wheel. Well, good luck to everyone that is in this. As mentioned, I don't have the stuff to show right now. It is a one-off. I've never had it like this before. Bo with a load of thumbs down, of course. Thanks, Bo. In the bundle that we're giving away, there is a Cardiff Gold care package. There is some poker chips. There is some stickers, including the Little John SWC limited edition sticker. There is an ounce of pure copper, some beautiful copper rounds donated by many of you in the community. And also, there is some fractional silver in there as well. It's not even a gram. It was from Ice and Fire Edward. His poker chip is in the bundle as well, but it's like 5 grain or something like that. It's tiny, but it's a nice souvenir, I suppose. So there's a nice bundle in there, and somebody's going to be taking that home. So without further ado, Diaxus, do you want to do the countdown, mate?
Do we want to do a wheel, or should we just call it? We could end it early if you want, mate. 10 minutes.
What do you mean?
I know. What's the chat saying? What's the chat saying? Do they want to see a wheel today?
What? But people just don't want. You just want to end it and not do the wheel.
That's what I'm saying. Should we just end it? We split the prizes between us.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah. You know what? My goal every week is for everyone to just be spamming rigs. They're starting to come in. They're starting to come in. They're rigged. Yeah, don't go yet.
I'm only playing. All right. Well, before we do anything, just so we can prove it's not rigged and it's not pre-recorded video, we're going to need some shuffles. So between 1 and 10, the first one in the chat to give me a number.
I'll keep an eye out for this. Who's going to be first? 7.
Bo was 7.
All
right, let's do that then.
Bo wants it to be shuffled.
I can say, you know, he always pushes luck as high as possible. All right, so we're going to do 7 spins then, or shuffles even.
Yeah.
All right.
Omega came in late, but he did have 17. 3, that would have been awkward.
4, 5. Yeah, we ain't doing that. 6 and 7. All right, so we are ready. Ready to go then, mate?
Are we? Yeah.
We are ready. All right, wicked. Right, good luck, everyone. And 3, 2, 1, and we are off.
Good luck, everyone. Little John's Wheel of Wonder has officially been spun, and we are going to be waiting about 60 seconds to find out who is the lucky winner this week. Episode 34, joined by special guest Diaxus. A pleasure as always. If you haven't already, smash the like button. I really appreciate it. Diaxus, any early predictions, my friend?
7 o'clock. Oh, I don't know, mate. It's still going too quick for me to read, to be honest.
Okay.
Not 365. I think we're blitzing past him. Avocado, maybe.
Oh, bring it home, mate. Bring it home. Confirm the winner for us.
It's on you. I think Avocado or Jamie, mate.
Oh.
On to Avocado now. Still moving slowly. I think it has to be, surely. There we go. Little John has chosen you. Avocado, congratulations.
Avocado Stacker, congratulations. There we go, guys. Can we get some congratulations in the chat, please? Round of applause. Avocado Stacker. Well done. Thank you for doing the Little John's Wheel of Wonder, Diaxus. I always miss that. It's so nice to have it back. But yeah, well done. Avocado Stacker, drop me a message, Discord or email, whatever is your preference. Send me your address and I will send you a nice little bundle. Simple as that. Congratulations and commiserations to all of you that didn't win this week, but there will be another one next week as I am joined by Josh McDonald. That's going to be a lot of fun. So you know what to do at 7 o'clock next Sunday. Yeah, lots of well dones. Love to see it. Diaxus.
Yes,
Couple of
mate.
things, mate, as we
Go on.
move closer to the end of episode 34. Firstly, it's been an absolute pleasure having you back on, mate. I really appreciate you coming on. And it's a reminder of all the good times we've had on lives, and I hope there's many more to come as well. So just a big thank you from me for being here.
Oh, welcome. I'm there. Like I said, always welcome to join back in, mate. Anytime you got space free. And same again, you're always welcome over on my live on a Thursday, as is majority of the people in the chat as well. Yeah, it's always good having
I'd love
company,
to be
mate.
back on Thursday.
Definitely, man. Yeah.
Thank you, mate. So before we go any further towards the end, I would like from you a magic phrase, essentially a word that people can comment when I put the post out. After, do you know what? I can do this now. This is cool. I'm going to put the post out now. Let's actually
Put me
use
right on the
this
spot.
second screen. Guys, honestly, going from just using a phone to this, like, I'm almost still doing things really simple. I need to get better at this, but bear with me. So if I go on my channel, have you got a magic phrase that people can comment? People saying haggis. That was
Yeah.
last week's from Nemo. Have you got one?
To be fair, mate, I was thinking more along the lines like what Crispy said, Free Little John, or either Free Little John or Poor Little John, depending which one. We'll put it to the chat. Do we do Poor Little John for the dreadful behavior that Craven's like shown towards him, or do we do Free Little John?
I'll keep an eye on the
Shawnee
chat.
said
You do as
free.
well. Which
Shawnee
one's
was the
more
first
popular?
one. I've got a Poor Little John in there as well.
What? Craven in a box. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, loads of people saying Free Little John. Vegas has said Free Miss Craven.
She'll be the first to put that as well.
Yeah, I think we go with Free Little John then, mate. Free Little
Free
John.
Little John.
Yeah.
Below to enter. Right, so Free Little John, yeah?
Yep.
Do it in capitals so people see it. Right, guys. Free Little John post. Yeah. That is now on the channel, so you can enter next week if you want to get ahead of the game. Don't forget, if you're a member of the channel, if you're part of Craven's Crackers Club, then you are entered automatically, you guys. So thank you for being a member and supporting the channel that little bit more. Yeah, this has been such a fun chat tonight. I always enjoy speaking, but tonight especially, this has been really, really good. And especially so because having you on as a special guest as opposed to doing the production, it's been really nice to hear your thoughts and ask you questions and just have a good old chinwag, which we always
Mate, I've
look
been
to
putting my
do.
feet up all night, relaxing. Well easy this side of the production.
You saw the stress on my face in the lobby before I clicked live.
Yeah.
The list. And the reason why I get stressed, guys, is because I don't want to miss names out. So you, like Diaxus used to do, you go over these lists 3 or 4 times, making sure you haven't missed anyone.
The trouble is, if I'd missed someone off of one of the wheels and then they didn't win, I would feel guilty, and then to the point that I'd have to like reimburse them, even though they potentially wouldn't have won anyway, because it was #rigged. But you know what I mean? Yeah, you gotta like, yeah. I used to go over it like 2-3 times, just making sure everyone had one chance. We had no doubles. Obviously everyone got included into it. But yeah, it is stressful, man. Like, obviously you're seeing the stuff that I used to do behind the scenes, but
I'm bringing Silver back. I definitely didn't miss you because I was very quick to point out that I love your name. You were on there, don't you worry. And we're not doing this. Everyone was on the wheel. No.
I'm going to say, in my defense, this was Craven's list. I just copied and pasted. So whatever he gave me is what was ran. So I'm not being held accountable for anything. But yeah, no,
anyway,
that's fine, man. Yeah, you've done really well, mate.
Thank you. congrats again to Avocado Stacker who won the giveaway. But Diaxus, next
mate.
week I am going to be joined by Josh McDonald, otherwise known as McDonald Bullion, on the Sundays with Craven episode 35, 7 o'clock next Sunday. Please, could you very kindly give me a question to ask him?
Right. Well, considering you dropped this on me last minute, and I haven't really had a chance to think of one because we've been doing the live, I would go with if
Doesn't
he
have
had
to be metal.
No, I'll do a metals one. Well, it doesn't have to be metals, but if he could relay one piece of information, like a little quote from himself, onto the next generation, and I'll say next generation of stackers, what words of wisdom would he pass on?
Oh, that's good, you know. That's really good. I like that. Yeah, I don't think we've had that before either. That's really, really good.
And see what he
Okay.
says. But yeah, off the top of my head, that's what I'll go with, mate.
Well, Josh, I know you've been in here this evening. I don't know if you're still here now, but if you are still here, there's your question, mate. You can start thinking early. Diaxus only had about 20 minutes to think about his answer. So, yeah, we will see. But, ladies and gentlemen, it is 9:30. I think we've done a little bit extra this evening. That's just because it's just been fun and the time flies. But I think that is a wrap for episode 34. So I want to say, chat, thank you so much for joining me and Diaxus this evening. I hope you've had a lovely weekend. I hope you go and enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. And if you do have the bank holiday Monday off tomorrow, I do, enjoy it. And if you don't, you got to go to work, then go and smash it, and best of luck. But yeah, Diaxus, thank you so much. Any last words for our audience?
Well, yeah, just same again. Thank you to you for inviting me back on, mate. It's always a pleasure. And as for the chat, mate, they're always such a welcoming crowd. So yeah, it's lovely to have them all there. And thank you for all the support that you show, like me and Craven. So yeah.
Yeah, second that, guys. I appreciate all the support as always. We will be back on Sunday. Diaxus will be live on Thursday. So don't forget, go and check him out. Drop him a sub if you haven't already. Massive giveaway at 1,700 subs. And yeah, I hope you take some good momentum into next week. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.